Good evening. How are you, Kiri? Hopefully well. Didn't realize Tam had a mustache. Yeah. Kiri, I'm good. I'm good. You answering that question means that you can hear me, which is good because randomly my audio to my microphone and my audio to Spotify just cut out last night for some weird reason, and I don't know why. And I don't know why. So I'll get rid of this. Easy enough. Hello. How's everybody? I need to make sure that the queue for Deck Docs are open. Back here. Oh, the cat's going crazy with the meows. The cat's going nuts with it. She's meowing up a storm. Hey, Rebby, did you want me to feed her? Was that a thing you wanted me to do right now? Because it's 5:40. You're out hanging out with friends. Rebby, are you still here? Better question. I'll text you, actually. That's a better... Did you want me to feed the cat? Question mark. I have to, yeah, again, we gotta do manage requests, deck doc queue, okay, and then I need to pull up this thing. Make it big. Love this. And then I get to add everybody in my Discord. I need to come back here and share this tab. Love it. Okay, all right. Click this button. We're in it. We are in it. What's up, everybody? Oh. You guys have New Year's plans? No New Year's plans, Uncle Tony. Interesting. Interesting. Define New Year's plans. New Year's Eve night leading to a changeover, or the actual day of New Year's? Night changing over, as well as New Year's Day. What are your thoughts? I just more like, what do you guys want to do? I could probably make some plans. Depends on if anyone of my friends want to hang out. Fair enough. Apparently you guys got nothing going on. That's okay. Pretty much lame. Nah. It's fine. Enjoy your day off. Just relax. Chill. That's okay. Got nothing. Relaxing. That's okay, Matt. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go feed the cat. I got asked to feed her. I'll be back. Trying and failing to make Deku 5 work for Worlds? Play Tasty Riff. Tasty Riff is tight in that deck. It's very cool. I missed a lot of chats. He seems to suffer from these decent but not enough issues. Yeah, I fully get that. He has air, right? Isn't that true? What are his 3 symbols? I know he has all life. Does he have air? Yeah, he has air. So you can make like a Falling Skies deck work, right? I know I really liked the life build that I made for Zero to Hero, and that like didn't have all the cards in it, right? I was only playing 2 Tasty Riff. I was like trying to make some weird shit work, and it was very, very cool. I think that character plays Jiro's base as well, if not better than Jiro, truthfully. Because like if you want your moves to have +2 speed, they get more speed than damage. They just get it. They just +3 +1. It happens. Lose 2 counters, +1 +3. Like if you've got enough counters to like make your turn work, you can have +4 +4 on everything, right? I'm not gonna lie, I'm tempted to say fuck it and just accept, even if he's not great. I want to take him to Worlds. Hey, Kyle, run it, man. Run it, run it, run it. If you're, yeah, as Matt says, like if you're not having fun, like playing like really competitive decks, just have fun, man. Still don't have a deck idea for Worlds yet. Paranoid. Depending on how well this upcoming weekend goes, depending on how well this upcoming weekend goes, I might play Asui for it. Right? Just depends. Like I'm just having a blast. The +4/+4 stat pump was just so cool. Yeah. Do I have a life build for Midoriya? Set 6. I have air and all. I haven't made a life build. I could make a life build on stream. How's Overhaul? I think Overhaul's cool. I think Overhaul's good. I think Overhaul just like has that same issue. So here's the issue that I was having with playing against Overhaul last night. Is it didn't feel like the value machine that it once was. And truthfully, that might have just been the character that I played got to outvalue them, right? Every time that you block, I get to draw cards. Every time that I block, I get to draw cards. And so it never felt like I was running out of a hand, right? And so there's maybe that has something to do with it, but I don't know. Overall isn't fast enough to beat these aggro fools. I think he might be, genuinely, right? Losing Haymaker had to hurt. The thing is like losing Haymaker says that like the what's it called? The repeated smash deck got touched a little bit, right? I don't think that repeated is unplayable, right? Life punch. Yeah, because we didn't get any more life punches. I'll share middle screen. I do this and you guys can see everything. Like we just didn't get any new life punches for that idea to work. You know? Did you change your name to Stormblades? I don't remember seeing Stormblades in my chat. Life Punch got fucking slammed. It's Richard. That's what I thought, but I didn't want to assume. Very funny name change. But yeah, like, I mean, the life symbol is good, right? I changed it as I've started my own stream. Make sure, Richard, when you stream, you put it in my Discord under community whatevers. Where is it? Community content, right here. Make sure you put stuff here. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Get the word out. I've only been streaming Genshin so far. I don't care. I don't care if whatever you stream. I think having a place that everybody can like bring stuff, put stuff together and all support each other is very cool. Yeah, 100%. Life is still a great symbol, but life punches feel unbelievably dead until Back Alley gets the reprint. I don't know if it is, man. I really don't know. Like, Tasty Riff is good. Like, don't get it twisted. Life punch. There's probably just like an obvious. It's probably just like not an obvious change, right? Like you still get repeated, and that card's like not fair. You get future charge, or maybe the idea is it just can't be mono punches anymore, right? Like playing this card when you don't have mono punches just makes it like not a 4 diff, it's a 5 diff, right? When it comes to overhaul specifically, right? You just like it's a 5 diff, just check a 5 on it and you're fine. The issue was when we played repeated and we checked a 3 on it, we committed 3 foundations, we ready back up 2. Yeah, now it's like I commit 3 foundations, already 1. You know? Yeah, I still think that deck works, right? Because the thing that I was missing last night was these numbers, the EX3 powerful 3 inside the life overhauls that I was fighting last night. They just like weren't threatening. I guess the question is who plays repeated the best under each symbol, and now who wins the matchup overall. What are your 3 symbols? Life, order void, character, life, order void. Endeavor's kind of messed up with this card. Gentle Criminal's really messed up with this card. If you have any amount of draw power on order or void, it's very good. This says that under the life symbol, your charge, kick, or punch gets 3/1, so that your things hit, which is pretty good. And this says draw power. Like, life punch Midoriya is not that bad. The issue is like you don't get to draw for the repeated, right? I bet Void Edge Shot would be pretty good. Mount Lady gets to play it. Godzilla gets to play it. Overhaul still gets to play it. I mean, it might just be Midoriya, right? He's got 2 of the symbols that get to do the thing. And like instead of playing repeated now, or instead of playing Back Alley, you get to play this card. You get to play Vindicating Smash, which is like very good in Midoriya in Midoriya 4, right? Like you get Vindicating, you get Throttle. Like there's like the replacement for the high block is there. It might just be like Repeated Smash is a Midoriya card, right? We never had Back Alley, so it didn't change anything for that symbol. I guess we're just talking about life, right? At that point, but good point, right? Throttle's good if you could put damage on it. Yeah, but the difference between Overhaul putting, because we're talking about Overhaul specifically, Overhaul putting +2 damage on Throttle versus +2 damage on the Back Alley is major, and Back Alley also like built in the release as opposed to like you just like cycle a foundation, maybe commit one of theirs. So like Back Alley had stun 2 and build, as opposed to Rewind Throttle just saying like cycle 1, selective commit 1. It's a worse off attack, right? Like there's a reason that Back Alley is gone. And there's not like a real replacement, but like there are answers that you're allowed to play, right? And that's I guess the point that I'm making. Yeah. I'm just a Throttle fan in general. I mean, it's a 3 damage move, so of course you're a Throttle fan. look at your fucking username. look at your username. I think Overhaul could just be better nowadays under Evil or Earth because of Max Overhaul. I mean, I don't I don't hate that answer, right? I think Earth Overhaul is still just like incredibly good. It's just still really strong. And Evil Overhaul is also just like super good. It's just I feel like so like Earth Overhaul still has access to like the whole Kirishima kit of like flip and reuse my foundations and all that jazz. You also have like the Fury package of just like, hey, I'm gonna play this Howitzer Impact Cyclone as my 4th card for free. I'll powerful it 3 times, right? Like there's definitely answers there. But like that character for sure hasn't gone anywhere. We should do a tier list before Worlds, or what my expectations to see at Worlds are. I think that would be fun. Impact Cyclone? Howitzer Impact Cyclone. Are you saying you don't know what that card is? That ain't evil, but it is Earth? Earth Fury? Did I say, if I said Evil Fury, I meant to say Earth Fury. I said evil? Shucks. Too many words. Too many words coming out of old Tam's mouth. Speaking of, all of you people, you're liars. You do have something going on. Can I do this? No, I can't. You lied. Yeah, you lied. Because, I don't have like a better way to make this happen. I guess I just do this, right? Image. No, wait. I have this. This. Hey, I'm doing an Iron Man. I had the idea today. And was just was like, you know what? I don't really have anything going on for the New Year's. Rebby's not doing anything. I'm not doing anything. Yeah, the goal is Jetbird Iron Man. There's 20 characters. I gotta win with all 20 characters before the 24-hour timer runs out. Easy peasy. Every 20 subs, I'll add any character from any of the sets that chat picks. We'll pause. We'll have chat decide, and we'll spin a wheel or something. The goal is noon to noon. We'll start the timer, so I'll be live like a little bit early, like 15 minutes early, just to have everybody come in and take their seats. So I need you there. Oh, you guys can't see me. I need you there so that we can play games. Because again, content like this, Iron Mans don't work without you guys, right? Force Tam to taste of Uwabami after the first 20 subs. Yeah, that's what you guys want. If that's what you guys want, I mean that's what we'll do. That is no problem. Well, to be fair, it is you guys pick the character, and then I have to make the deck live on stream because I haven't made very many of the old set cards, right? Or old set decks. I have 3, and I don't even know if like all of them are. Yeah, I have no set 2 characters. I have no set 3 characters. So like whatever you guys pick, I'll have to be making as we go, right? Random set. I have 2 set 5 characters. All of my time has just been spent on set 6, just because of content, you know. But yeah. It makes me so sad that Storm and Rift don't share a symbol. No, that's probably a good thing. I've never played a game on stream. I'm shy though. Okay. It's felt like you've never played a game on stream. But yeah, I mean that's the announcement. That's the plan. So, what we're going to do now is I want to do some deck doctors. I have a couple deck doctors that I owe people from December, and I gotta get those done before we finish. I gotta get those done before we finish. So, December deck docs. It looks like I've got 1, 2, 3 that I need to do. Uncle Tony, are you available to do your deck doctor right now, or do you want me to do it without you? In a moment. Got it turned on my PC. Love it. I will get it started up then. I have somebody who keeps walking in front of my house and setting off my Ring doorbell. Phone keeps buzzing. Yo, can I? There were more than 3 of these things, right? Did these leave? What left here? I don't know. What? There were more buttons. There were like 5 buttons. What were these that left? Obviously, like they weren't important because I never used them. HTML, official list printout. Interesting. Interesting. So they got rid of official list printout and HTML. Huh. If I do this, okay. And then when I come here and I search and I do this, so I want this one to be 1 lower. I want this one to be 1 bigger. This is going to be tough to keep track of. So I think I'm just supposed to do the 1 lower for now. Okay. This comes here. And search. I don't have a deck at the moment. Set current deck. We refresh. Water search. Okay. Okay. Set current deck. Search. Okay. Should be good to do it now. All right, if you want to come jump in the Patreon waiting room, I'm in. Oh, I have to do this first. This, and then. Yo.
Hey.
How's it going? Can you say your alphabet for me?
Sorry?
Can you say your alphabet for me?
Alphabet? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z.
Thanks, man.
Cool.
Let's try to make you as loud as me. So, like you weren't too loud or too quiet or whatever. Anywho, I've now clicked the record button. Possibly the #1 Jiro, at least the most vocal Jiro fanboy that I know. Uncle Tony brought me a Jiro 2 deck. With
Again.
Capture Evildoers, now gone, banned, deceased, rip bozo. You've brought me a Tasty Rift deck.
Yeah, another one. A second one without Capture Evildoers because I knew it was eventually going to get banned. So
Yeah.
move to a different symbol, move on. I'm done being good.
You've given up the life of good and have turned to the life of life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So what's the pitch? Hit me with a pitch, and then what do you need help with?
I wanted to play just like a bunch of cool stuff that I found on life because, switching to a different symbol, I wanted to find what was good underwater, what was good under life.
Mm-hmm.
And I found life just had like a bunch of cooler stuff. Like Muscle Rush is basically in of a sense Jolt because it still does 1 damage.
Sure.
Tongue Whip is just such an awesome card. Tetra Terror Onslaught picks up Tasty Riff. And there's also Childhood Friends, which picks up Tasty Riff. There's just like a few things that like to pick up Tasty Riff at the end of turn or during an attack, which feels very quality to me.
Yeah.
While not being like a very toxic loop that Capture Evildoers did. Also just having still a bit of defense. Also Hatsume's design and just like a few other nice things that water doesn't have that life does.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I am a massive Tasty Riff fan, as you know. I love playing the guitar, just like the next person. So what do you need help with?
I just want to figure out if there's anything that I would have missed, any numbers that might need to change, just like a few things that might just need very minor tweaks. Okay. I did playtest a few things and obviously some things seem better than others. This is like my absolute newest one. Okay. Like taking a few notes from Jose's list with Jiro's base and such.
Yeah.
It felt quality. I'm just trying to figure out what else can I do against some other problematic characters like the 6 Hands Eyes aggro characters, Todoroki 4 or Asui 3.
Sure. Asui 3 is not very good, so I would not have to worry about that one. 65. Are we going any smaller, any larger? Do you care about this deck or this number?
In playtesting, it's felt very consistent because I draw 3 off Tasty Riff and draw off Passing the Torch. So 9 times out of 10, if I'm playing the long game, which I normally am, I deck out. So I could go higher or just like a teensy bit lower if I really needed to.
Okay, but 65.
But I think 65 has been comfortable.
I love it. So right away, I want to talk about what I see in the deck, and then we can go through and we can look at cards together. Deal? Yeah. I think Muscle Rush does not do enough in your deck to warrant it being there. I think if the whole point of this card is just counter generation, then you should focus on having more dance routines in your deck because it does the same idea and draws you a card and gives you more speed so that when your tongue whips, you actually get to ready cards with Jiro. I will use dance routine, give it the 1 speed, enhance with Jiro, ready a thing, add the card to the card pool, draw it. This is now a essentially, right, because of the card in the card pool, 6 for 5. 6 for 5 for diff that readied up one of your foundations. Crazy value. The thing is you just need more charge cards, and these two cards just can be those charges. And so even looking at life, attack, charge, go. Even if it's a thing like Dragon Crash, incredible card. Viral Cosmos, incredible card for life charges, right? You were super down for us both to draw a card. That's fine, because if this thing hits, you get to draw. You get your 3 counters. If it's blocked, this is if it hits as well. Yeah, but you're like just let them draw the cards. This is fine. It could even be something as simple as like Future Charge, just to draw an additional one, right? Create Capture Net is a good one. Instant Shining Flash is a good one. It lets you string out a little bit harder. I just think that you're just not going to get the value out of this card that you really want, because I don't think the response after you block with a draw is necessarily worth it, just because of the amount of draw that you already have with passings, right?
Yeah.
Just play your passings well.
That makes sense.
Because like getting
Yeah,
counters in this
I
deck
understand.
is very easy. I Won't Back Down gives you counters. Dance Routine gives you counters, right? Like if they block I Won't Back Down, you draw a card and gain 2 counters. If it hits them and you have a Dance Routine, you draw a card and get 4 counters. Like this 2-card tactic is just like so potent at just like slamming counters on your character. Like I Won't Back Down into Tasty Riff is like build whatever the heck you want.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And so yeah, if like the first thing that I would do would be to replace it with something. And looking at like our block zones, you'd be like mids or lows. You losing momentum control, I think, is a big deal. So things like Instant Shining Flash is very strong. I also like Dragon Crash because it actually gets to kill people, and that's pretty good. Yeah, I like those ones as just like a 2-card replacement. If you really wanted to, it could be create capture net, so you like build bonus cards down in the middle of your string, but I don't love it, you know?
Yeah, because it's only like a 2-speed, which feels not very Giro too.
Yeah. But yeah, Instant Shining Flash I think is just the answer. I'm gonna put this in your sideboard for now, and then cut it. Let's refresh. Yeah, I like the 2 Instant Shining Flashes. Just because it's momentum control, truly. That's like the main thing. The big thing here is that like we have low block, low block, low block, low block. So maybe we should look at some. We want charge, mid block. See what we get. Man, this card is not bad, truly. It could also be something like Home Run Comet as like an additional kill card, right? It's for each charge or high in your card pool. Like having Tetra go and pick it up is pretty good. It also gives you a momentum for Jiro's base to go grab more counters. It also gives you momentum for Tetra to go and pick up your Tasty Riffs on an Echo instead of the Instant Shining Flash. And it puts that mid back in your deck that we were looking for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem too bad.
Why do we need charges? So we want it to be a charge because of Dance Routine. Dance Routine says after your charge deck deals 4 or less damage. Draw a card, gain 4 applause counters. The only issue, hold on, let me see this. Its deck speed is 4 or greater. The only thing about this card is it starts at 3 speed.
But
and so that
shouldn't be too
seems-
much of an issue if we do have Dance Routine on board, right?
You know what? It could be Cannon Blast. This is 4 or less, right? Let me double check. It's 4 or less damage. Man, stuck in a rock and a hard place.
Yeah. I think that was the issue because I always like just tried to find things that could do just damage, but not something like insanely big. Like
Yeah.
the deck that I tried to build wasn't intended to kill. It was intended to just like win via win con. So I didn't really have many strong attacks. That's why Muscle Rush just called out to me.
The thing is like the win con is that thing that accidentally happens sometimes. It's like the win con should be your plan B, not your plan A, if that makes sense. Killing them should be plan A, which is why things like Jiro's base feels so good in this deck. I really like Cannon Blast because with Jiro, this top enhance is free.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, that is true. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, Cannon Blast is always a 5 for 7 in your deck. And then like I'll commit these two dance routines for the bottom one and just give it 2 more speed. So you just like,
and it's also tenacious, so it's basically 4 speed, 4 damage, and then with the first one, yeah, that's a lot of nuts,
right?
I like that.
I dig it a lot. The only thing is it doesn't work with the dance routine itself, of like gaining the counters. But if they do anything to get the minus, you know what actually is the issue here? It's the fact that we have 4 I Won't Back Down, 4 Tongue Whip, 2 Tetra Terror. I think that might be our big issue. But Tongue Whip actually gets to kill people. I don't know. We're
yeah,
gonna put
Tongue Whip
instant
wants to
training.
kill people, which is like
Yeah.
very quality. I think I could put I Won't Back Down to a 2 or a 3 of, just because it's just like another decent poke.
Tongue Whip. You said
I sort of
Tongue Whip is a
like
2
Tongue
of?
Whip a lot.
Okay.
I mean, I Won't Back Down.
I won't back down. Yeah, we can't lower this number because
Yeah.
it gives applause counters. And this says
Yeah,
it
that's
takes
what I was
to work.
thinking too.
Yeah. Yeah. The
It's
issue
a
is
very
that
difficult thing to think of.
we have 10 low blocks in our 19 attacks, right? Or even less than now because we're at 17. We have 10 low blocks in our 17 attacks. So we have to go find them somewhere else. And you've got a lot of highs here, right? So the goal is to get mids, and I think it just might just be Cannon Blast.
Yeah.
And it could even be like in your playtesting, you find one cannon, one home run comet is the like correct choice. But I really like. I bet that you could get away with like 2 Tongue Whip and then 2 Dragon Crash. I guess this has to do 4 or less.
Yeah. I just think having flooding their card pool with Tongue Whip just feels so much more quality than what Dragon Crash would do, because it's like effectively 2 less speed for plus 2 damage.
My thought here was that it was a charge. But it's a charge with 6 damage, not 4 damage, right? Like I'm still trying to figure out that puzzle. Future charge is just the
Leaping
other
Right
option.
Hook is like an option. Plus
As
2
a-
speed, negative 2 damage if it deals.
Yeah.
And it's a charge.
Yeah, and it's deadlock pressure, but like what would it replace, right? The issue is that like all of these 2 are like incredible in your deck, and this card is the tactic with this card, which is what we want to do. So I think we're just gonna have to leave this as is for now, and then just pray, and just like see how it works, you know.
That's fair.
Onto the assets actions. What's up with Ruthless?
I honestly, like, this was just, like, stuff I put on paper. Ruthless Mockery just seemed like a cool thing. I played it. Didn't work too well, so I'm probably going to cut it, like,
Okay.
Now, most likely, because it's just not that good.
Yeah, let's see if there's anything action asset-wise that is neat. This card is surprisingly good in your mostly stun deck. This card's pretty good. The future is now is pretty good. I want to cut this down to a 3 of. I don't think you need 3 of it. Yeah. Revoke is nuts.
Thank God.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. I think it's Eerie, just like is the only card that we're missing. It was like keeping you alive, and if you're not digging Ruthless, then that's okay. Chat's saying cut the Tetra. I want you to play the Tetra and so that you can play as many games with it as possible. But I think cutting it down to a 1 of is not a bad idea, and like just finding a different, generally like mid or a high block, right? Like Tetra Terror not being in the deck, and you just playing something like the Midoriya Punch Charge, not the low, but the high block is probably just as good, right? 3 for 4. You can pump it with Dance Routine and then ready your thing if you want, and then continue on from there. But
I get what they mean. I think I just have like a lot of fun with Tetra Terra, and I think I don't want to cut it because of how fun it is, and it's also an SR, and I really like that card.
Yeah, I mean,
The Echo is very nice.
I like Tetra Terror a lot. I think it's really, really good. Especially if you can do stuff with it. Yeah. Moving on. Ruthless we're just gonna cut because we would just rather have more foundations. It being in the sideboard is not that terrible, especially if you're gonna fight something like a big long string deck. It's pretty good. Okay, so now we have to fill this back up with foundations. Again, I think the Dance Routine is like too nuts not to play at the 4 of.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
I think this card is like this. As soon as you find, so I was playing the Tasty Rift Midoriya deck, the 0 to hero one, and every game that I played Dance Routine, and like had them out and they existed on the board, the win percentage just like skyrocketed. The games that I lost, I just didn't find dance routine. Like the difference this card makes when you are trying to make counters versus not, astronomical. The only other card that I think is a little weird is this Hatsume's design. I get that you have assets that you want to play, but is commit for -2 speed on the character that already says just free -2 speed to practically everything worth it?
It felt really quality in playtesting because I versed a lot of characters that had insanely high speeds or just like consistent speed pump. Like my friend plays an air Arsui that like plays a lot of frog hop, and that surprisingly gets a lot of speed that scares me. So having -2 on face and then committing Hatsume's design for -4 just makes it feel a lot like safer to like check on blocks. And it didn't feel too bad. Also, it helps like gaining health considering I also had Tetra Terra because I always lost health, and then in the situation I got caught off, I could always just like gain an extra health to like keep playing the Tetra Terra game plan.
I feel like cards like Cooperation Offer and /or it's on page 2. Encouraging Trainer Partner are just like better at doing the panic, I need this thing to be slower, right? Especially Encouraging. You like flip Encouraging and go, hey, this thing's 4. And that can also increase your own speed. Your opponent puts your speed to 1, or the first thing to do is -2 speed. You flip your own Encouraging, put it to 4, you get to ready a card back. Like as the panic button, it's not repeatable like the Hatsume's design is, but like you ready? You have release and your character. You have high value target. You have Hatsume's design. You have dance routine. All is minus or plus speed, right? Respectively.
The reason I play Hatsume's design over like the other 2 diffs, because I have like a lot of 2 difficulty foundations. Yeah. And I didn't want to just like open a turn with like an entire hand of 2 diff foundations on my first turn, and I start checking 2s and I start sweating bullets, and like on a 3 check a 2, I'm out, and I've only built like 2 or 3.
Sure.
And it doesn't feel very well.
I think that's a fair point. I think that new training method builds in a free card, so you can build in your 2 safely, and this is an action, not a foundation. And so this doesn't count towards your pile either. So like we get to, when I look at my graphs, when I look at the 2 difficulties, are you a 3? You're a 3. When I've got 20 here, I actually only have 17, right? And then one of them just builds in a free card, which is why, and you've got repeatable speed hate. I just don't think that you need this as a repeatable speed hate. I think that like this is just higher quality. The other card is higher quality, and your character just gets to do it for free, right? Like the fact that your character just does it is like so impactful. And like let's just widen our net in order to like do more things with the card, because like there's so much that we're leaving on the table. I'm just gonna walk through foundations, right, that like we're just not playing. Let's look. Incredible Display just isn't in your deck. After you block a thing, pick it back up. After your opponent plays a responsibility, cancel it. What happens whenever my opponent plays their own vast strength on the board and I want to play Tasty Riff? Oh, okay. I guess I just have a blank Tasty Riff. It's a 5/5 for 3 catch, I guess. Right? And so like this thing is protection for the one combo piece that you're looking to play. This is big minus speed. This is Deadlock Pressure that guarantees that your moves get speed. This lets you build down more cards after you get breakered, and lets you empty out your hand for more bigger Tasty Riff plays. So like they play I play I Won't Back Down, right? It hits, I redraw. If I play Tasty Riff and I don't get a bonus foundation out of my hand, when I draw my 3, I'm a 7-hander again. I have to discard 3. The biggest thing that Tasty Riff, like, you don't want to do with Tasty Riff is discard cards. Discarding cards with Tasty Riff feels bad, right? Draw 3 is way better than cycle 3.
Yeah,
Your charger range gains EX2. That would be pretty good to get EX2 on. Let's see. I'll Protect You is a good card. Lost in Thought is a good card, right? Hey, that one piece of hate is bothering me. I'll get rid of it. Let's see. What else matters? Floating randomly can be good, right? On the turn that you actually you're like, hey, if I pass back, I die. I need a thing. I'll Tasty Riff and I'll build in +1 damage to all my moves. My Tetraterras are bigger. My Cannon Blasts are bigger. My Tasty Riffs are doing 4 damage. My Tongue Whips have +1 damage, right? Like I'm actually gonna try and kill them. Is it a 4 of? No, it's a 1 of that we get to build in, right? You know what I just realized? I didn't put any of these in the deck. We're just talking about them. Rescue completed. I know it's a 3-diff. This card is cracked, man.
Yeah. You told me to put Soundwaves in like an all deck that had like a bunch of 3-diff foundations, so it makes sense. I get what you mean.
This card's
like,
cracked.
Live life on the edge. It's too good.
I mean, your character gets counters so fast, right? If you have a single Tasty Riff hit, you get 6 counters. You can build this card in, and then you hey, this card's not very good. This card, incredibly good. it turns every card into this card, right?
Yeah, I could cut all Hearts of Maze designs and put in 1 rescue completed if that's how it is, because it makes sense. I get what you mean.
And like the
it's
thing
commit
is,
anything you like and then -2 speed. That's pretty quality.
The thing is like people. I mean, so I'm playing 4 Tasty Riffs in my deck as well, right? I think I'm playing 4 3-diffs in my water deck, and there's times where on turn 1 I open 2 of them, and I'm going first. I open 2 of them and then 3 other foundations and an attack. I just play the 3 foundations and pass. And then on my next turn, I review the attack, I draw up, I go 3-diff, and I'm safe, right? I'd have to check 2 2s in a row, and even then, I have the 3 other foundations. I'll just commit out for my 3-diffs because they're nuts, right? I went rescue completed into sticky balls. That's a hell of a turn too, right? I don't think I'm going to die.
Yeah.
And you can just build it in. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna go slam some of these cards into our sideboard, and we can talk about what we like and what we don't like.
Yeah, because at this point, I think it just now becomes, where do we fit these things in? Because I knew there was Corporation Offer and all these other things, and in like beta designs, I put those cards in there, but I was like, where do I put them? Because there's just like so many other cool cards that I can put in. I just, it was all something I had to do on my own until now that we get to talk about it. Like, where do those cool 2-diffs go that do the thing? I know Lost in Thought in my first design felt really quality, but did it feel better than just like a few other things that did the thing that I wanted? Also, 4 checks scare me.
Why?
For some reason. No idea. Phobia. Release terrifies me. Lost in Thought terrifies me. Apathetic is the bane of my existence. I know, it's a number that isn't 5, and that makes me sad.
Okay. I have a good counselor if you need to talk about it.
Yeah, I need to pay for therapy.
Yeah. Okay, so this card is such an incredible toolbox tool, right? That like a lot of these cards that you have as 4-ofs, right? Let's look at quantity. Do you need 4 release? The answer is
don't need it.
Probably not, because you can just build them in with Tasty Riff. Do you need 4 new training method? I think you need 4. I think Dance Routine Sulfur Edition are the mandatory 4 ofs. This card, you have to have 2 of it in order to start gaining counters. It's also accidentally breaker 1. This card says plus or minus 1 speed, and it also lets you draw cards, which is just what your character wants to do. These 2, I don't think that you need 4 of each of these. I could see new trading method because it goes and picks up cards, but I don't think you need 4 release. I think decks that don't even run Tasty Rift that can build them in weren't even playing 4 release. Especially because your character gives minus 2 speed. Like your character just already does this. This is bonus. This is insurance, right? And Passing Torch, you just go build it in, and you also just put in 2 more enhance or response commit draw card, right? And so like when we take these 2 cards out, we now have 5 cards that we get to play with, and so now you get to take these cards like Cooperation Offer gets to now come in as a 1 of. Ryukyu's Training Agency gets to come in as a 1 of. Lost in Thought gets to come in as even just a 1 of. You could sideboard the other one. Encouraging Training Partner gets to be the 1 of. First Villain Encounter gets to be a 1 of. So now you've tossed in all of these 1 ofs that you get to now play test and go, oh, in this specific situation, this card is very good. Hey, I'll play Tasty Riff as my first one, and my opponent is at 13 foundations. All right, I'll build in First Villain Encounter. I'll flip my First Villain Encounter. The 2 Tongue Whips in my hand are going to absolutely smoke you. Right? Because you just have 2, you have the 2 counters, right? Hey, I want to build in cards. I want to cancel your responses, right? So all of these 1 ofs feel really potent, feel really powerful, and these are your consistency pieces of like the things that you want. You know?
True. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense actually. I just got to play Tasty Riff a lot less aggressive, because normally when I play it, I was like, I'm going to play the Tasty Riff thing. I'm a hero 2 at the end. I'm going to win this turn. Or I can just like, if I'm struggling and I have enough counters, I can just like play the defense. Yeah, I see where you're coming from with it.
The other thing, and chat brings it up again, your attack count seems to 1 to 3 short for the size to me. So this is a defensive deck, right? If you're playing defense, you need to have answers for different situations, and that's where these 1 ofs come in that you just build it in with Tasty Riff. The goal is to hopefully hit with Tasty Riff. That's what we want. I don't know if you saw were you watching my games yesterday?
I was not, no.
I played 5 matches. A lot of them went to game 3. I think I resolved and used the top enhance on Tasty Riff out of all the matches less than a dozen times. Out of 5 matches. People are prepared for this deck. They're going to sit down across from 0-1, and they're never not going to hold a high block. Your first Tasty Riff is never going to hit in a turn. It just isn't. The only time that the first Tasty Riff ever hits is either 1, you're playing against somebody who's inexperienced, or 2, they ripped 6 non-high blocks. Those are the only 2 things that can happen.
Yeah, that's fair.
Most of the times, you ready? I also think that like Face Shield or Wall Cling could drop down by 1. I think having 5 of these cards is probably enough. I don't think you need all 6. You take the other ones and put them in the sideboard.
I think Face Shield could go down by 1 because I always normally just have like Wall Cling in my hand and Wall Cling in my stage, and I can just say, "Hey, bud,
yeah, I'm
gonna flip that."
And so this number is back down to 64. We could increase one of these numbers by 1. Like I'm a hero 2, not a bad card. Truthfully, playing this as your first move of the turn, I have a counter, I get a bonus counter, might be the difference between building in a 2-diff and a 3-diff with Tasty Riff. It also randomly is a breaker block. And it's a 4 damage. Yeah. It's a 4 damage charge that lets you draw off of this thing. Like there were plenty of times where my opponent went, "Oh, you're gonna play. I'm a hero 2. Well, there's a Tasty Riff coming. There's a Tasty Riff coming, so I'm not gonna block this." And then you just like draw 3 bonus cards off of 2 dance routines and a Passing the Torch, and you look at them and go, "Yeah, man, the Tasty Riff. I'll build 4 pass, hold 5, right?" You just like, I'm in.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that makes sense.
It didn't register forward. So now you got 20 cards in your 65 card deck. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. At this point, I just need to playtest it. hopefully I should be able to do some today.
Yeah, look at Cannon Blast. I would also genuinely look at UA High. Because we're the only ally that we're playing is Tasty Riff, this prog guard could also go down to like a 2 of if it's clumping, if you're seeing too many. Because again, you can just build it, right? The idea of you resolving 3 UA Highs, even when you're allowed to build them, is like a little far-fetched. I would cut this down to a 2 of, and maybe even toss Jiro's base up to a 2 of, because this is also just a 2 high block that just does the thing. Yes, you can build it in with Tasty Riff, but we don't want to. We want to build it raw, and if we have it in our hand and we've got the bonus, it's just a 2 high block, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not down to make that change yet, especially because of the name of your deck. This plays Tasty Riff.
Yeah,
this does not. Yeah, but that would be like the first thing that I look at. Final thoughts?
That's true. I think it's slightly different, but I just need to see like how the newer foundations work because, you know, new deck and such. I think it's may just be an improvement because I was sort of narrow-minded. I always versed just like the essential 6-hand size aggro character that didn't do much like against me besides raw stats and just like canceling things because I have a person that plays Water Todoroki and just like makes my entire board do nothing. And I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna be miserable then.
Yeah.
And until then, I never really had any other matchups that like threatened me. So I just sort of tunnel visioned myself into saying, okay, let's build a locals deck effectively, not just like a good life deck. Yeah.
The other thing about tossing these one-ofs, and this is the last thing that I say, is you get to now you're experimenting with all of these, and you're gonna find out, hey man, I never used Ryukyu's training agency. Okay, cut it, cut it for something else. That's fine, right? But like because of the fact that you have it in the tool bag, you're gonna put it on the board and be like, this card was useful, this card wasn't useful.
Yeah, so it's meant to feel more toolboxy via Tasty Riff, not just like I'm going to win via Tasty Riff.
Yeah. Tasty Riff is should be like an enabler, right? Tasty Riff is a threat that says that like your Cannon Blast is going to connect. Tasty Riff is a threat that says this foundation piece that I have is going to enable the rest of my deck to work. Tasty Riff says I demand a high block out of you. That's what Tasty Riff does. If the bonus, the icing on the cake, is you draw 3 cards, get 3 applause counters. It's not the guarantee. It just isn't. Yeah.
I sort of like the idea of making like a Tasty Riff deck that plays to be more creative in like defense, like actually being the enabler in the toolbox. That might be like probably what I start basing Jiro 2 off of now, rather than just like playing the loop and then accidentally winning.
I think that is a smarter way to play, but it's certainly, depending on where you're coming from, is not as air quotes fun way to play. You know, high rolling and just like playing the guitar over and over and over and over and over again is cool, right? It feels fun to go like Tasty Riff, or Tetra Terror, pick up Tasty Riff, Tetra Terror, pick up Tasty Riff, play Tasty Riff, UA High, pick up Tasty Riff, like that's very cool.
I felt so fun doing it the first time, especially under good.
And then you actually did 15 damage to your opponent and drew 1,000 cards, and you look at them and go, pass. And they go, okay, well, here's 19. Right?
Yeah. Painful.
Yeah. As somebody who's playing a 27 health character that draws way too many cards, more cards than they should be allowed to draw, I'm having that same problem with my Tasty Riffs where they just do 3 or 4 damage. And I look at my opponent and go, please? I'm begging. Let me hit. So I get it. All right, man. Thank you for the support on Patreon. I appreciate it. I'll see you next month, the new year. Looking at, I'm sure, another version of Jiro.
yeah, definitely. Jiro 3 and Gold Power. That's the new deck doc, baby.
Yeah. But with that, stay on the line long enough for me to shoot you the list, and you have a good rest of your night, okay?
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. We do this, and we ship that to you. We love it.
I think I might do some games today then to, give Jiro 2 a test out.
Yeah, you
See how the
should.
cards feel.
Definitely should.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to do today. Awesome, no plans. That's my new plan.
That's my new plan. Test this jank ass Jiro that Tam Cardwell made.
Hell yeah.
We love it. We love it. All right, buddy. I'm gonna get the next one rocking.
All right.
You
Bye-bye.
have a good one. Peace.
You too.
Yeah, Lunchbox. We were all talking about you. That's what the announcement was. The announcement was that we think you're really handsome. And we all wanted to do something nice for you. Drop. You are the next on my Patreon on my Patreon list. Are you here? Are you here? Drop. While Drop figures out his life, I'm gonna have a Three Musketeers. Sadly, I can't be in voice chat. That's no problem, buddy. Who is that? Lunchbox with the 7 months says, "Hi, Dad." Hello. Play pigeons instead. I don't think that you need to play Pigeon Flock in Jiro. I don't think it's that good, truthfully. It's good. It's not that good. Okay. This looks familiar. Oh, I don't want this here. Log out. Do this. Deck Doc. Make a copy. So let's play last night? Yes. I think Coda's one of the best Rift characters. I mean, I agree with that, right? Like, that makes sense to me. How is your 4-speed move that they know you will pick up with Riff connecting? So it says that they waste 2 high blocks if you have Riff in hand. Right? You go Tetra Terror, Riff, and then they don't have 3 high blocks is the idea. But for now, I do this. We're here. We do this, and we're good. I click this button and say, "Yo, what up?" Alone for this one, this is Drop's Order Rappa. He is here in chat. Can't be on voice chat. That's okay. And they say, all I have to say about this deck is I blame Tam for the love I have for this deck. First off, hell yeah, we love Rappa in this house. It's one of the only set 5 decks that I've made. I remade Fire Rappa. I think it had 50 cards in it, but we'll see. But this looks like an Order Rappa. So while I'm chatting, Drop, what do you want help with, man? What do you need? I'm gonna do a little bit of talking because I actually played against this deck last night. And I wanna chit chat a little bit about the choices that were made. I know whenever we talked last night, you said you couldn't get repeated smashes because they are expensive, which I get. I totally get. But I want to talk just a little bit about what does order get that you just aren't playing? What does order get that you're not playing? So, first and foremost, I think bullet punches are messed up in this character. Like really, really good. I love Downward Frostbite. I think the card's very good. Protection from Face Shield and or Cheerleader, the two cards that I used to dismantle you last night. Okay, we'll see what we can do. Final Smash is very good. I don't know if I love it at more than a 1-of though. Delaware Smash, Heroic Strike was very good. It certainly won you a game last night. Setup Strike, Velocity Punch. So if I were to play Order Rappa right now, I think Velocity Punch, Bullet Punches are like the two most important things to me, right? Like Velocity Punch giving me a free momentum so that I can Bullet Punch, Echo, put Velocity Punch in my momentum, do all the crazy strings that way and start giving my Bullet Punches +3/+3 is like really important to me. I want this card. I always want to see this because I want to go into every turn with a momentum. I have to have a momentum with Velocity Punch. I have to. So that Bullet Punches is live and well. The other thing that I have to do is when we look at attack zones, this is a high, low, high, mid, high, high, low. I want highs and lows to be the idea. So I think Delaware Smash, as cool as it is to be in here, I think it should leave. But I want to go look at order punches to begin with and see what we have, right? Plus Ultra Prominence Burn, very cool. Fiery Vengeance is a really neat idea. This is a neat idea. It's a 5 mid for 5 that after you discard attack from the top of your deck during this attack, add it to your hand. We just don't have a lot of self-milling. We'll keep scrolling. Repeated obviously is like the best choice, best option, but we just don't have that. I don't hate smashing Nomu. United States Smash is very funny in this deck because you just like get to play it for free. It's like a 10 damage move that just like slams them. The classic order idea for Rappa was focused attack, right? You plan attack, focus attack, destroy committed foundation, it passes. That's very good. Wind up punch is interesting, but it goes back to that mid idea. I don't hate off guard punch. If it's not blocked, your rival discards a card. Reverse throw, all for one repeated. What do my low blocks look like? Velocity punch, downward frostspike are my low blocks. Is there anything else in here that matters? I really like Future Charge just because drawing cards is so good. Drawing cards is so good. And like if it hits, you just get to draw a bonus. But again, it's mid. Maybe the idea actually is supposed to be Cat Punch. You ready? So Delaware Smash is a 4 diff, 4 mid for 6. That is like a little difficult to block, right? What if we just were like, hey, I'm going to play this Cat Punch, and I can make it the 4 speed for 6 if I want to? I think this is just the better move. I think Cat Punch is just the better move. If we're forced to play a mid attack, I think it's just this one. I'm going to put this in your sideboard just so we don't lose it off the table. But when I refresh this, if we put this up to the 3 of, right? We go back to block zones. You have no mids or no high blocks in your attacks. You have none. That means I get to change some stuff. Let's look at punch high blocks. What do we have? What do you have for punch high block? Punch high block. What am I doing? Block zones high. Plus ultra prominence burn. We'll toss in the sideboard. Future charge. We'll toss in the sideboard. I mean, I think these are just the answers, right? Right? Plus Ultra Prominence has Powerful 3, which is just a big dunk, a thing that we don't have, right? If you've cycled this game, double this attack's damage. Probably not going to happen very often, but this is Deadlock. This turn, all of your attacks get 2 speed. Your rival cannot gain health. Okay? After you discard cards from the top of your deck during this enhanced step, your rival commits 1 foundation. You may play this response 3 times this enhanced step. Let's look at discard order. Is there a way for us to discard cards off the top of our deck? No. I mean, this card's pretty funny. Discard cards off the top of our deck. Wow, I bet What's the Symbol's very good in this character. Detail on the plan, seal of approval, Deadbolt. I don't think it's worth forthing. I think it's worth exploring, is the thing. This is funny. It accidentally works with All Might. Discard the top card of your deck if the discard card is an attack. Okay. Raiding the villain hideout. Because, like, what if we find something that, like, is relevant, you know? If it deals no damage, draw a card. Yeah. Discard a card at the top of your deck. A little scary to play a 3-diff that does this. Unexpected hero, fruits, dissolving. No. I think we're out of stuff. 1 mana is both fire and order, mill 1, your opponent mills 1. Yeah, that's not quite enough to warrant playing it. Not when we have other cards as options. So I don't hate this card. And the reason that I don't hate it is because it's just like a 4 low for 5. And it's a high block, right? Because I think our issue here is that we have both Heroic Strike and Setup Strike in the deck. And I think one of these has to leave. One of these has to leave because they're just both mid blocks. Why not Fiery Vengeance? It's a low block, and we just don't need low blocks. When we look at our block zones, we've got 7 lows here. And I'm trying to fix block zones at the moment. We've just got too many mids in our deck. And the answer is we have to have some amount of high blocks in our attack cards. Especially with Tasty Rifts running around. So my question for you, Drop, is if you had to get rid of a card, Heroic Strike or Setup Strike, cut it from your deck entirely, which one would it be? Or we ignore blocks and get them? No, that's how you accidentally lose to RNG. And then we want to look at high blocks again. Okay, so we are down to get rid of Setup Strike. I love it. It is gone, and we're going to put in 4 copies of Future Charge. This card draws cards. This card draws cards. Your consistency is just going to be a little bit higher. And I think we're going to take Heroic Strike, and we're going to drop it down to a 2 of. Heroic Strike is just reverse repeated. That is a very fun way to think about it. Okay, so I think that we're going to leave it here with the attack zones. At least you have a high block. Because, like, we could play things like, I mean, Vanquishing Punch is not a bad card. Maybe. Do I like Vanquishing Punch more than I like... I think I might like Vanquishing Punch more than I like Final Smash. Is that crazy? This card's randomly kind of good in this deck. I don't hate this. What if this was the 2 of, and we cut the Final Smashes? Right? I put this in here, right? I could have swore I like having a lot of 4 diffs. Your character just says that you don't need 4 diffs, though. Like, I get it. But like opening Vanquishing Punch and saying it has stun 1, it's just like a free 6-speed move if my opponent like has built out, right? And if it deals damage, they discard momentum, and it's just a high block, man. I just like really like the high block. Fury of Punches. Your next punch gets plus difficulty +3/+3. It could be Flurry of Punches, but man, that card just doesn't feel very good either. I mean, what are the chances? I mean, it could be. It could be something like, what's like a good order high block? Let's just get rid of the punch keyword. Let's just get rid of the punch keyword. We don't need the punch keyword. Simply, yeah, thanks to the Patreon, man. It could be something like Vile, honestly. Like, Vile's like just like not a bad card. Vile's not bad. Hellspider's not bad, right? It also could just be, we go back to punches. It could be Flurry of Punches, but maybe we just get away with the block zones that we have, right? I got to get this back down to 22. I think 22 is the correct number. And so the answer is one of these cat punches. Oh, this Vanquishing Punch just gets to leave. And that's 22? Yeah. Okay, this has fixed this a little bit. Okay, from here we now get to look at actions, assets. Reset. Order. Action. Asset. Go. Lover mode is neat, but we're not gentle criminal. Gold Tips Imperial is neat, but we don't care that much. Fierce Wings is neat, but it's a little too eh. Showdown is good. Showdown is a good card. We like Showdown. Future is Now is a good card. Runaway, I think, is cracked, actually. I think this card is so nutso. Absolutely cooked. Look at this card. Look how nuts this card is. Zero diff that says all your moves get a speed. Insane. Let's look at some foundations. Alright, so the cards that I don't like. Heroic Endurance. This isn't killing people. I love Internet Sensation. Internet Sensation is cracked in this character. It's insane in this character. Because you can just destroy foundations to just make it work. Right? Instead of committing, you're just like, actually, I'll blow some shit up. Discard my rival, discard my next slam or taunt gets 2. Any of these slams? Yes. Okay. maybe not. After it's discarded, add a non. I like Take to the Skies. Incompatible Quirks is cool. Incompatible Quirks is neato. This deck is not ready during the ready step. Man, I think that every character that has these 3 symbols should play this card as a 1-of. It's just like so good at like protecting you. What's a symbol should exist in your deck? I know you probably don't have 4 of these, but I think it's going to be in the deck. It's so good. It's so good. Seasoned Brawler is very good. Foresight is insane in your deck. It's so nutty. Charging 1 for all. We're going to talk about this card. Determined, I think, is neat. Kindle the Flames is cool. Public Support. Raiding the Villain Hideout. You're Finished is neat. House of Cards in Control. I think League Invitation might be worth it. Saving Bakugo is a 0 diff. We love 0 diff. Can't Escape Me is always good, worth looking at. I'm not putting these in the sideboard, and I should be. How many of my moves are stun? No. Neat. Challenging the Fakes feels very good in a Rappa deck. Fruits of our labor feels very good. Oh, it's already there. Award the victor. Is it in the main board? No, it's over here. Requesting assistance. Shock treatment is very good. Tape is good. I love Think Fast. I'm so on the Think Fast train now. We just love it. Yo, your punch deck gets 2 speed? We should play a million of these. This one's good. This one's good. Keep looking. We'll keep looking. This one's good. Okay. We refresh. I just put in 100 cards in your deck. All right, so let's talk about the cards that I don't like. Heroic Endurance. You don't need this card. This card's not one of those kill you cards. I'm just going to cut it. It's gone. Lust for Battle. Very good in characters that aren't Rappa. This card's not very good in your deck. Charging One for All. This card is a really cool one of. I think it's a really neato one of. Same thing with Determined. Just because you only ever really want one of this on the board. Same thing with Citywide Crisis. You only ever want one of this. Now we get to the toughies. Let's talk about zeros first, right? We have a lot of zeros. So Foresight is a better card than Gotcha. It just is. I know the block is worse, but we don't care. We want to play 4 of this card because we want to be able to build 4 without checking, or build 3 without checking this. Possibly build 4 because it just checks the top card of your deck. We're going to cut Gotcha. Hello, Gotcha. I want to take one last look at you. You're gone. Do we have a 0 diff high block? What's our 0 high? It is Desperate Times. I don't think we're allowed to run this card anymore. I think this card's just like been phased out. We don't have enough stun to make Desperate Times really work, so we'll just leave it. You're finished. I like this card a lot, but I think I am going to cut it again. Requesting Assistance, we're going to up to a 4 of. The reason it's at 4 is because we put in 4 copies of Velocity Punch to hopefully always have a momentum. Shoot It Up works really well with Cap Punch / Think Fast and Rappa's ability. That's a good point, but it's an asset, not a foundation, which is what I'm afraid of. Let's go look at it one more time. Oh, I just looked at every single one. Okay. You may commit or destroy this card if it was Foundation 2 pass. Once per enhanced step, after the speed of an attack is modified, it gets +1 or -1. Only play while committed. After the damage attack is modified, it gets +1 or -1. The thing that says that it's just like my moves hit harder, and genuinely, it's a high block. So it might just be worth playing in the deck. Might just as the one of. All right, we'll go back to difficulties. I think I'm going to cut the Saving Bakugo just because of room. We're trying to get back to 60. Tape is a good card. Bonds of Friendship. Let's look at high blocks. What's a symbol? Bonds has to be a 4 of just because it's the only high block. Season Brawler gets to be a 4 of because it's a 0 diff. And I think we play like 3. What's a symbol? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm killing Suited Up. I think this card's so cute. I think it's just too cute. And genuinely, I want to take the 2 showdowns and put them in the sideboard as well. I think the card slows you down. Or maybe it's like a 1 of. Like it's a cheeky 1 of. We'll look at it. It's the first one I'm cutting block. Lows. For note taking, we want to make our moves connect. Self-sacrifice is a 3 of. Destroying foundations for minus stats is very good. I think it means that we, or maybe it's a 2 and 2. A 2 and 2 angle. And do you own Heroic Lineages? Drop. Well, as we wait on this answer, we'll move on. Onto the mids. We have a shmillion mids. And so we gotta make some tough cuts here. I think I got a couple. We'll put it at 2 and we'll see where we are at the end. So we have to play Requesting Assistance. Shock Treatment just gets to go in the sideboard. Tape is very good, but not as good as Calling. Calling has to be a 4 of, not allowed to not be. Passing gets to be a 2 of because it's a 2 diff. We're going to take Ice Gliding and make it a 3 of. Can't Escape Me goes in the sideboard. I recently came into possession of a lot of set 1 stuff. Did it fall off the back of a truck? What do you mean? What do you mean? We're going to cut challenging the fakes. Man, I really like Think Fast in this deck just because like it makes things not mid. It also turns your bullet punches into lows, which is like unbelievably scary. I got to cut 9 cards, and they need to be lows and mids. So maybe when we look at our block zones, I mean, we just cut the 2 heroics. This card is cracked in half. If you're not liking the internet sensations, swap them for the heroic lineages. And then I got to get rid of some mids. 7 mids total. 7 mids total. There's just a lot of mids here. So I think what we're going to do is we're not going to worry about the deadlock. So I think I'm just going to cut determination, cut charging 1 for all. I love it, but I'm going to cut the think fast, cut the incompatible quirks, because incompatible quirks is like a different version of our character. We're at 63. I got to cut 3 more cards. That's simple. We cut the 2 tapes, and we cut 1 ice gliding. It's down to a 2 of now. Defense is for sissies. We don't need that. Where we're going, we're trying to kill them. My block zones look way cleaner now for my 60-card deck. Passing. I think passing is still worth it because it's commit, draw a card, and then blow it up later for Rappa. There's a ton more draw happening in this deck now, right? With 4 Season Brawler, 4 calling for backup. But I did cut 1 passing. We also have Future Charging Cat Punch that now draw cards. And so, like, we're going to be just, like, speeding through our deck really, really quick. Let's look at our difficulty curve. We're playing, look at all the ones and zeros we have now. When I look at my first hand, yeah, on a 2, on a 2, sorry, on a 2, on a 2, on a 3, on a 5, on a 5, hold the 1 showdown. Nuts. Oh, I can cut a showdown. What's my block zones look like? You got 18. Maybe we don't cut the showdown. What do my high blocks look like here? We should replace this with this because it's a foundation, not an action, and we need foundations. Showdown in your 6 hand size aggro character is says that you're -1 hand size on your turn, right? And that's really important whenever you just want to like send bullet punches down their throat. This card can't kill them, and this card has Pro Hero Breaker 1, which you'll never use, but it does say like your last moves in the chain all have like plus stats, which is very good, right? Or you just like remove your whole discard pile to like stay alive. Sometimes with what is a symbol, your Rappa is like not a 28 health character, they're like a 40 health character, genuinely, right? If you like last a couple turns with what's a symbol and you're destroying foundations to make this work, like this card is so good in this character. I think the Rappa 5 diff, that is a block and an attack feels quality. It's good. It is a good card, but I don't think that the flash move is better than the draw cards that happen here. And again, our mid blocks are so stacked, right? If we wanted to take out Final Smash for it, we could, but we like Final Smash. And so I think that this is the list that I'm gonna send that I want you to practice. Obviously, you have your own copy. You'll be able to make a copy of this by clicking this button right here. But yeah, I think this is the list that you should be looking at. Yeah, 18, 32, 19. So with that, man, thanks for the support on Patreon, and I'll get this list to you. Bye. Drop and send. Cool. I do this. Hatter, are you here? Drop. Thank you, man. I appreciate the support. Thanks. You gave me a hamburger this month, and I appreciate that. Hatter, are you here? Are you lurking? Rappa's such a cool character. He's like a different version of Giro 1 IMO. You're crazy. That's not true. You're crazy. Giro 1 scales. that strings with its signature 2-check attack. Sure, you missed the fact that his 2-check scales, every attack in Jiro scales. Every single one. You're crazy. You're crazy. You also, every attack, so his 2-check scales, his 2-check doesn't go pick up a copy of itself, right? Like it plays an echo, which is like, I have to like put in work. It's not the same. It's not the same. It will be as close to Jiro as you can get when she rotates, right? But it's not the same. Under fire, you can do it, sorta. I mean, I think Fire Rappa is cracked. It's the one. It's the one that I want to play, right? Like, here's what my current Fire Rappa deck. Oh, I'm not logged in under that UVS account. Just kidding. I'm not sharing shit. If you want to see my deck, go to Patreon. It looks like Hatter is not here, so I'm gonna skip them for now. Gundam, are you here? Are you here to talk about your Nejire deck? If only, Uncle Tony. You are? Love it. Set a copy. I click this button. I click this button. This is good. We click this. That's great. We do this. Here. Will you recite your ABCs for me?
Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot.
Perfect. I should start. Oh, that's a good idea. I should start dropping in a copy pasta and having people read that before I whatever. Okay. I've now clicked the record button and I say, yo, what up?
Not much, boss. How are you doing, good sir?
I'm well and swell, even, you could say. Nejire Hado, Chaos Nejire. I remember set 5. You like this character a lot.
I did, and so I got nothing better else to do. I wanted to pull this out of the old set 5 stuff. When we were running this, we had the most difficult time because Mr. Phantom Boy would just rock my world.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to kind of pull this out, take a look at it again, maybe update and figure it out. I know Life has been kind of the more popular build with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just a huge Chaos fan, so I just wanted to come back to this, and so wanted to get your thoughts and kind of dive into this a little bit more.
Yeah, I dig it. So I haven't really taken a look at what the ranged package got on Chaos, and because that's what we're rocking right now, right? Spiral
Correct.
Blast, Freezer Burn, Frigid Heat Wave, all that jazz. And this is kind of like a last hurrah whenever we get Yu Yu Hakusho. Frigid gets to leave, Ice Storm gets to leave, and so it's kind of the last idea that we get to play with these two very good ultra rares. So let's take a look. Let's just look and see what cool range stuff we get. Blue Flame Immolation isn't a card. Burn Combo isn't a card. Quick Burn. Powerful 3. Snap Up Momentum. Not terrible. Not terrible. Besides that, nothing really catching my attention. Turn Up is kind of cool. It's a 5 diff 4 damage move in your character that gets bonus damage. So maybe it could be like a 4 diff 5 for 7 sometimes. Probably not like super worth it, but it's it's neat. I still can't figure out what Queen Beam is for. Just to enhance a board it, I can't play copies of this attack this turn. I don't know. If it was faster, I think I'd be down. Innsmouth? I guess under evil.
Miracle on Chaos has some kind of playability on this a little bit, but it's still super niche.
Yeah. I don't. So the attacks I'm not feeling. I think we might just have the best attacks possible. Let's look at assets actions that we got under Chaos.
Gotcha.
Lover mode. Gold Tips Imperial. Juvenile Mayhem. Seal your next attack. If it's blocked, discard it and this card from your card pool. If it's not blocked, draw 2 cards. Are we down to seal any of our cards? What happens if I seal Freezer Burn? What happens if I seal Single Spiral? If it's not blocked, draw 2 cards. So here's my thought with the Juvenile Mayhem. It's like a different flavor of what Manifest is doing. Right? So like let me cook for a second, right?
Right.
If it's blocked, discard from this card pool. If it's not blocked, draw 2 cards. Is sealing this card and then drawing the 2 because we manifested away feel okay?
Let's see
And if
here.
it is blocked, you just clear it anyways?
Spiral Blast hurts. Freezer Burn later in the chain kind of hurts, but you're not playing that off of your first attack. Fast Hybrid that kind of stinks, but I see the value if we kick it into the momentum. Single Spiral's purpose is to have them block it.
I think the answer is still no, but it's worth walking down. It's worth sticking our head into the rabbit hole and being like, what if, you know? Yeah. So it looks like actions, assets, not getting me there. Foundations. Did the foundations change at all? Dangerous Combatant is cool. League Handler is an insane card, and everybody should play it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Response. The biggest thing is, this doesn't say villain. Response rival's turn, fail one of their attacks is like so good in the character that like gets to block really well, right? Like block, block, block. They play their last bomb, and you go, no, you don't get it.
No, that's actually a good call.
Elasticity, I'm a big fan of. Incredible Display, I feel good about. And that's it. And you already have creeped out Incredible Display in the deck. So I think like the only one that we're missing is like maybe Fearless Frog. And then League Handler, which we've already tossed in. And so now it's like, look at what do we have? What can we mess around with? Stats 63. 63 in 20. I don't have to translate the word 20. When I take and I look, what's my least favorite card in this foundation lineup? It might be Levitate. Because we have access to Incredible Display now, this is just like a slightly better version than what this one does.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
Yeah. Also Broken Psyche, because I think that we're going to want to spend our momentum on this and this more than we are Stay Alive, but I'm not positive. I'm not positive. Man. Because like the main card that I want to toss in here... Man, is there even a card I want to toss in here? I just put in League Handler and Fearless Frog. It, like, without looking at, like, old set stuff, like, just looking at set 6 stuff, it doesn't look like you've missed anything. It might just be like you take out one copy of the Levitate and you could put in like Fearless Frog if you wanted to. It would even out your block zones, but does that matter? And this card also like lets your block zones, like lets you change your block zones. You essentially say discard a card to Ice Storm them, or discard a card to pick the zone that you want and then Incredible Display it back up to your hand, so you can try again afterwards. But like that's the same idea as like what Struggling with Studies does, which already isn't a 4 of. Here, I'll fix that for you. It's 4 now. And so like Incredible Display is like, I get to play this every turn version of what Struggling does. So like, do you need more of it? No, probably not. Huh. It also says to say if you block a high attack. So this card says that you can turn anything into a high. Like a really silly play of like discard a card, turn their Fiery Vengeance to a high, block with the Ice Slide Tackle. It's not considered full blocked, so it can't leave. And then this blocked a high, so it dealt no damage.
There's
real. Yeah. Or like you turn a throw into a high, right?
Yeah.
Doing that same idea. Or you ready? You turn like a jolt to a high in order to make that happen, and they don't get the damage on jolt.
That's
there's certainly some cheeky stuff, but is it worth discard the full card? The answer is, if it doesn't kill you, probably. How do you feel about Bright Future Manifest?
So
Obviously,
that was the
this is the
talking
tactic.
point I wanted to bring up. Yeah. So it's great when you have it, but do you have both the pieces? And truth be told, there was many times where I didn't have both the pieces.
Yeah.
Is Manifest just a great high block, especially with a lot of different high attacks? Absolutely. Bright Future, I don't know if that's even main board worthy anymore to be able just to start kicking cards out, especially if I want to start blocking stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually what would happen is I block attack, and if I couldn't pick it up or anything, Bright Future just kicks it. And I draw another one.
Yeah.
And so my question to you is do you see value in this anymore? Or is it maybe we just cut the Bright Futures and maybe it just turns into a Manifest?
So, Bright Future is a very good card. I think when we were forced to increase this number, its stocks went down, right? Because it's like a consistency piece of like, how do I get this to feel more consistent? This is a card that says draw a card. In your 63 card deck, we could just cut it all together, make it a 60 card deck, and then you see the rest of your deck more. The only thing that you're missing out on is the card pool clear. Bright Future in Nezhere is very good when you are forced to block with non-attack cards, right? So let's look at this. You have Incredible Display, or does this work on? Have to block with a foundation? It has to be a foundation. Okay, so you block with your Surge because it's a 1 mid block, right? You Incredible Display, bounce it back to your hand. You block with Surge again. You then Bright Future that Surge away and then redraw. That feels very good. You play Chimera. You play Spiral Blast. You play Manifest. You Bright Future the Manifest away. That feels very good.
Yeah.
I think putting it to a 1 of and it being really cheeky is very cool.
Okay.
I think mainboarding Runaway is probably just better.
You probably just answered that question. Because as you were going through that sequence, trying to play Devil's Advocate, I can make the same argument of, hey, I Surge, I Incredible Display, I Surge, you play your third attack, I struggle, and I pick up my card.
Yeah. And Runaway, because it loses you health, you just gain it back with Nezhere.
Yeah.
Right? Because like you don't have anything in the deck that like pays health to go do the thing. If you're down to like I'll pay 4 health in 1 turn cycle, you get back your runaway.
Yeah.
Or the runaway health, right? 2 from their turn, 2 from your turn. So as long
Well,
as you can play a foundation every turn.
Well, exactly. That's we talk about just going to maximum health. Like, I'm already chewing my life away to slow things down. So even if I take on 5, I may chew down already a couple already to try to get back to the maximum health. Spiral Blast is going to get me there. Levitate as well as Nezure on her face. So I'm not away. Especially recent playtesting has told me that Runaway is a very cracked card, especially in decks that want to string out a lot.
Yeah, I like Runaway just a ton. And the other cool thing is like you can Runaway into Manifest on your opponent's turn, right? Like that's the thing that you can just do. You just put the Manifest or the Runaway in your momentum, and then redraw a card, and you're totally fine.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think the only thing that I could possibly add would just be Fearless Frog. Hold on, did we went up to 64 cards somehow? It was at 63, right? Am I crazy?
We didn't cut Levitate yet.
I'm gonna click on this. This was 63. What did I add? This was 3. I thought I just took... Oh, I increased Struggling. I added a Struggling. Okay, cool.
Oh, that's right.
All right, there it is. I was like, what happened? Yeah, I guess it's just cut Levitate, right?
Yep.
Cut Levitate, and now your block zones are still even. They're technically worse because we're not playing the 2 mid block, but this thing pseudo blocks whatever. And also like people like haven't done this very much because like it's not stellar, but you can Runaway Struggling with Studies Runaway, and like clog their card pool twice, and they don't get to play a 3rd attack. They just don't. Yeah, and then now that you've like lost 8 health from quote unquote not blocking these moves, you get to do this. And you also like the last thing is you can Nezure for the -2 speed if they don't have like big speed pumps, and like you can just block with your Runaway. Like that's an acceptable thing to do, right? I'll Nezure release. My Runaway is essentially a 1 mid block. That's okay. Nice try as well. Creeped out as well. Like
Gotcha.
you don't always have to respond to this card.
Yeah.
It also like hates on momentum. I dig it. I dig it. Yeah, I like it stinks that like the range package just didn't get anything.
Yeah.
It just truly didn't get anything that's worthwhile. Like we have to hope for Yu Yu Hakusho to like to let these cards under the range symbol thrive.
Yeah. I don't know if it's going to be a good equity trade-off with some of the set 1 stuff, but then again, some of the set 1 stuff is just on a different level comparative to other stuff.
Yeah.
And that's a different story.
There is something to be said about playing things like Blue Flame Torment in this character. This card hits really, really hard in this character unless you play like the next one for free. So it's possible that like maybe the answer, like if you, after you've tested this range package, right, and you want to get a little creative with it, is like try new cool things like Canyon Cannon, or you could see like what does a Chaos Weapon build look like. The cards that didn't have much damage before. I mean, your character shits damage.
Yeah.
Like there is an idea of like Storm of Blades Nezure, right? I know that I played Storm of Blades Nezure a while ago, and you get access now to Canyon Cannon as that idea. So you're very similar to the idea of the Mount Lady Stormblades deck, except for you're a 7-hand size character that doesn't have to wait until counters get on your character. You on turn 2, you just slam it, you just run it, and it just goes. As like another idea, how competitive is that? I don't know. I don't know. But it's certainly something that we can look for, you know, as just an idea.
So I think originally we played like we just kind of went with like a good chaos attack package. Just you know, what all did we have in there that we liked? Like I think what was it? We were playing like the electric jolts can go back in, indiscriminate 1.3, home run comment. That was kind of like the overall kind of like good package that we had.
Yeah.
Charge it.
And like get rid of things like Spiral Blast and Frigid Heat Wave as ideas. With that said though, like as we look at our difficulties, I like this 4-diff package and the 5-diff package. I do. We maybe could like cut one Frigid for like one more Spiral, just because it's 4-diff versus 5-diff. And this one, like, I know we lose a health to make it happen, but like we don't necessarily, or even like we could cut like one. Let me get crazy here for a second. We could cut one of this for chaos attack. Wah. Attack. One of this for one of. Oh, this doesn't have the range keyword. Why doesn't it have the range keyword? What could she possibly doing that's Charge Fury that's also not range with her stupid little light show? Okay, never mind. I guess we'll put this super cool card back in at a 3 of, and the editor will cut that for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like I did nothing but put this to a 4 of and put this to a 3 of. I think that's all we've done.
Well, sometimes you just need to add a little garnish to it and make it better.
Yeah. It's neat. It's very cool. Yeah, I feel like I've done my job, really, I think that I've just done like a really good job at this particular deck doctor. I do think the chaos deck that's changed the most with this is just adding the Canyon into the Stormblades deck. I think that deck is very, very nasty. And the fact that you can play it on either symbol is just like super good. I know that I was doing like silly manifest bright futures stuff with the 1-check. I was playing 8 1-checks in the deck.
Well, because you're a monster.
Yeah. Super hero clash. Yeah. And so like this card was just like, I'm just gonna keep running it. We're just gonna keep going. Easy peasy.
Ugh. Fantastic.
Yeah.
If you're crazy enough to run a 1-check.
And I am.
I know you are.
Yeah.
You're so crazy you'll run 8 of them.
Yeah, he's gotta kill people. Is there anything else that I can help with, man? Because I feel like the deck just like this is just like what chaos looks like. All of this is just chaos. The worst foundation in the deck is probably Broken Psyche, and that's it.
Fair.
But like it existing, I'm not scowling. Ugh, what is that?
Oh, well, I don't know. Just pulled it out of the old closet since I had nothing better else to do on a Saturday night, and so it seems like I don't know. Haven't really tested it, so maybe there is something there. Maybe not.
Maybe not. All right, man. Well, thank you so much for the support. I greatly appreciate it. Let me send this to you, and you have a good rest of it. Have fun testing.
Thanks, buddy.
See you, buddy.
Bye.
Yeah, sorry this wasn't helpful. It's just like
It was. It's it's always nice to just bounce off ideas, even if it's only like 2 or 3 like minimal changes. And maybe there's just something that hey, how about this crazy idea that like run or anything. So
Yeah.
no. Anyways, thanks.
All right, welcome, buddy.
All right, take care.
Peace.
Bye.
I got asked how much for a bonus deck doctor, and the answer is I don't want to do a bonus one. The answer is I like them being once a month, so that people can't just like buy and stock up on a ton of them, you know? I will do one as soon as January starts, right? The first week. And so, I mean, you could just like wait the 3 days or whatever. Hatter, are you here? Hatter, are you here? Oh. Oh. I wanted an immediate Toko 1 for Worlds as a last hurrah. Drop Worlds is in February. It's like halfway through February. It's like February 22nd or something like that, right? Right? Is that true? Or like the 24th or something? Right? Like 23rd, 24th? So you have like 2 months to do one? It's the 2nd. Okay, so we can just do it. We can just do it in January? No reason to, no need to rush. No need to rush. Hatter, are you here? It doesn't look like you are. Second day, basically halfway, right? Alright, Chiefs, take a lap. What do you don't fucking fuck you, man. Fuck you, man. Just because I don't know the day. I'm not even going, right? Not all of us got free rides to Worlds, okay? Okay. Man, I think I can't do Hatter's thing. Mine's not free. Gotta spend $10 in gas. That's a great point, Volky. I can't do Hatter's deck doc because he didn't tell me anything about it. He said wanted to try building my first deck under evil. And that's all I have to work on. That's it. That's all I got. So I think I will message him later and be like, hey, I'm down. What's the plan for the rest of the night? I think I'm just going to play games. Gatekeep him and tell him he's playing Hawks wrong. Okay. That's fair. Good point. We will log out. Open a new tab on UVS. Log out. Open a new tab on UVS. UVS Ultra is such a fickle website. It's very funny. Let's go into this one. Simply Kit Kat gave me a deck doc. We can do that. Drop it in. Okay, I will log out of my personal one, open a new tab. We will go to uvsultra.com. We'll sign into Deck Docs. We will open a new tab. Log into UV. Okay, we're good. I click this, and I'll log in to Deck Docs. Then when I click this button, I get the copy. Okay. Oh, you gave me the hardest deck of all time to work on. Okay, that's cool. I love that. This is under evil. Okay. I wish I had a new deck to get looked at. Locals died out for a few months. I haven't been playing as much. Fuzzy, at the beginning of the year, I'm hosting a weekly. It's UnFun Fridays, and so we'll be able to do it. What time is it for Tam right now? It's 7:41 at night. Okay. So I do this. It is the Ragdoll deck. Okay. So I come here again. All right. I click this button and say, "Yo, what up?" So we are back at it. This is from Actually Kit Kat, who is here in chat. Says that they can't be on mic. Hello, Tam. First of all, hope you're having a nice day. I am. Thank you so much. I can't talk over a mic, but I can talk over Twitch chat if that's fine. It certainly is. Here with a Ragdoll deck, it's supposed to revolve around League of Villains bar, LOV bar, and Deadly Fire to slowly burn my rival. LOV bar to keep picking back up. Deadly Fire to keep picking back up Deadly Fire. The foundations are defense to stay in the game long enough, and board control to make sure speed doesn't get decreased because of League of Villains bar, of course, decreasing the speed. The other attacks are supposed to help with the Deadly Fire, and its speed go up. The Hawks package is mainly always to have 2 Hawks' Feather in hand to use Ragdolls once per turn. Okay, let's take a look at it. So first and foremost, I want to look at the cards that pick up Deadly Fire. The answer is we have Ayama and we have Shin to go pick up the Deadly Fire. This makes sense to me. And then Hawks picks up the feather stuff, the feather things with Evil Good Order. So the idea here is that we, once per game, the first turn, search your deck for a card, add it to your hand, League of Villains bar, and then go on from there. We want to go second with this deck, or at least that's what was going on. And so we have to figure out how to make this Deadly Fire deck work a little better, right? Deadly Fire, here's the feather. Feather Sword Slash goes and finds feathers, right? Zipline Dart. If you have one or more asset in your stage, it gets 2 speed. I'll always have the villain bar, so it gets +1 speed. And then your next asset gets 2 speed. So this will be at 4 speed. Quirk combination. If you have more foundations than your rivals, this deck gets 2 speed, your next deck gets 2 speed. Tummy Ache Laser gets powerful 3. Maneuvering Laser. Add a card from your stage to your card pool. This deck gets 1 speed, 2 damage. If it's blocked, roll it discards the whole momentum. So the outlier that I'm seeing attack-wise is just Quirk combination. I think this card's not very good. Yes, the Deadlock is potent, but I'm not in love with it. I think there's just other things that we can be doing. Let me look at this. This number needs to change. We got to make it 60. There's too much of this stuff going on. So I think that's the number one thing that I have to do. Is this number has to be 60 because we have to find these. These matter a lot. King YK. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. So let's take and look at, how do I get the Shoto emote declaration? I don't know what that means. So I think we're just going to cut quirk combination. I think it just leaves. We're trying to play like a combo deck, and so it is 18 attacks is probably fine, and we're probably going to cut them for other things, right? I actually think that we're supposed to play, instead of things like zipline dart and maneuvering lasers or whatnot, I think we're supposed to play the other Hawk's attack. Let's just look at attack cards, right? Yeah, like Featherstorm just says that like it cancels the -1 speed from League of Villains bar, which is like good, right? And so we'll toss this in here, and now we get to take and go look. Stretching Slam, mill 1, it gets speed equal to. We just don't care. We want the next ones to get speed. Monstrous Fusion. No. Remove the top 3. Bullet Punch. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything really else that we want to do, right? Your next charge gets, or next attack gets 3 damage. That doesn't work. Yeah, there's no thing that says like my next one just gets 3 speed. If there was that, I think we'd be very down for it. But they'll all say 2, which with the thing out, it just like doesn't matter, right? Because like +1's just like not enough. Your next attack gets 3 speed. I mean, this works, right? We should be playing some number of this. Brand of Steel, Gargantuan Bellow is neat. This card is surprisingly funny. We don't really have a way to pick it up, but it's funny. Final Exam Gutshot? No. Invincible Clasp. I mean, these are just like in here because you can pick them up, and I don't think that's like enough of a reason to play at least this one. This one is worth it. This one is a good one. Lose 1 for powerful 3 is like a good ability. And it's a 5 mid for 5 that you get to make faster, so 4 mid for 5 you could say. This card just like gets the job done, right? Needle Stab, I'm iffy on the discard cost since I want to keep 2 in hand, and if it's in conjunction with Jellyfire, that hardly leaves cards to block with that aren't those 2 cards in hand. Yeah, that's fair, but you got things like Excited for Blood that let you draw a card, right? And does this thing say discard a card to go pick one up? Yeah. And you'll probably have bonus characters in hand to block with. But yeah, I don't hate Featherstorm. I think it's better than what Zipline Dart's got going on. Let's go back to block zones. Yeah, this is the only high though. Oh, this is a low? Maybe we're just not supposed to play Featherstorm? Ugh. So both Feather Control and Happy Go Lucky are also cards to grab too? Yeah. Feather Control is not bad. The thing is like this is also another low block, right? So we've got low block, low block, low block. So the question is Featherstorm better than Needle Stab? And the answer is probably not, because Featherstorm in conjunction with Hawks' Feather actually can let you like kill people. Right? Like, it actually lets you kill people as long as you have feather control, which we're leaving in the deck as a way to, like, kill them. Yeah, that might be just where it's at. And, like, same thing with, like, okay, we're going to cut the maneuvering lasers and put in a second tummy ache laser to do that same thing with the powerful 3. We could take and put you at the 4 of. And then, how many cards that put us at? 18. I mean, the real answer here is to just also... I mean, there's no reason not to play... I'm looking for a high block. There's no reason not to just play 4 of this card. Like, this card is just good. Puts us to 22. That's not bad when these ones are actions that never leave our hand. Fierce Wings at a 4 of is crazy. It's going to be a 2 of. It's also crazy we're not playing more actions with how many cards are in this deck. Okay, from here, it's now time to cut. That's our goal. We just want to cut. So Apathetic is gone. First Villain Encounter is a 1 of. Excited for Blood's going to stay. Midnight's Assistant. Add this card to your card pool after... No, we don't care about this card. This card sucks. Full on attack mode. Defending Pageant Queen is a 2 of. Full on attack mode. There might be better cards to do. Happy Go Lucky is neat. I don't know if we need it, though. In Control, we don't need... Or we do want this card. We want this card because it's plus speed. But it's only plus 2 speed. How do I get a 3rd speed on my cards? Because I want to be able to play 2 of these bad boys in a turn. Like, that's the goal, right? So this card cancels out this card. And then this gives it just plus 4 speed, which is what we want, right? But, like, if we have this, then we don't need this. So our goal is to... How do I play a second Deadly Fire is my question. Gas Cloud does not need to exist in this deck. High End is very good, but I think it's only a 3 of good, not a 4 of good. Inventor. Your tech attack gets 1 damage. Remove. Add 1 asset from your discard pile to your hand. Is this in case they mess with your League of Villains bar? I don't think that you need this card at more than a 1 of. I think 2 is a little crazy. Defying Fate. I don't care about this card. Relaxed Demeanor. Go search your deck for the card. We're gonna be playing 4 of it in a 60 card deck, so I think that we're gonna be okay on Relaxed Demeanor. Now let's look at our block zones again. Very heavy. Let's go back to block zones. What do my mids look like? High End, Feather Control, Inventor. Like, these can't move. I just have to get rid of low blocks. The answer is, oh, it's because we have a schmillion of these guys. I was like, there's no way I have that many mids. Yeah, they're all up here. I think that we're supposed to cut Hawks down to like a 1 of. Because I don't want to pick up cards with Hawks. Picking up cards with Hawks is bad. Right? The card that I pick up with Hawks is just this thing. I'm supposed to keep these in my hand and just be a 4-hander for the rest of the game. Like, is like the idea. Or like I Feather Controls them back. Or Fierce Wings to pick it up, right? Like picking up cards with Hawks is bad. You're probably going to cut this card altogether, truthfully. This puts us to 67. This might be where we're supposed to be at, but let me go look at our low blocks and see what... I mean, the answer is probably just, like, cut some number of Happy-Go-Lucky. Let's look at our difficulty curve. Actually, it might just be Ultra Regeneration. I know that seems silly, but we have enough 6 checks up here that I think just cutting Ultra Regeneration makes sense. Down to 63 cards, and our block zones look way more even. And this deck actually doesn't have to Deadly Fire to kill people, right? Because I think that this deck all inning on Deadly Fire is very cool. I think it being its only trick does not work, which is why I think like Featherstorm has to exist Tummy Ache Laser has to exist. Vile Seizing has to exist. I think you have to play those cards in order to make stuff happen. When like full on attack mode, in order to like make those moves land. Excited for Blood for drawing cards. Yeah, this is probably where I'm at. Honestly, if we wanted to cut it a little more, high end can just be a 2 of 62. It just like helps the consistency, because like the idea of this is to put this card back in our hand. You know what? I actually really like, man, actually hold up. Hawks' Feather doesn't get damage. Hawks' Feather doesn't get damage because we're not Hawks. So this is a 1 mid for 1 in our deck. That means that Featherstorm's not good. It means that it can't be Featherstorm, it has to be the other card. It actually has to be Needle Stab. Featherstorm doesn't do anything in our deck. It's just a powerful 2 move. Right? And we have powerful 3 here that we can go pick up. What are you? Hand enhance is pretty neat. I mean, I'd be down for a 3-1 split if we really wanted it. But this card just like, this card actually has a chance to kill them. Whereas Featherstorm just like doesn't. It just doesn't. Evil attack go. He's on the first page. I can just go find him. Right? There could be like one of this. Alright, still at my 22 attacks. But like saying that these don't count like actually doesn't matter. Because we just like don't give them any damage. We give them 0 damage. We have this and that's it. We have no other way to give damage. We have Feather Control, which is fine, right? But Feather Control is there for whenever I double Deadly Fire. So I can Needle Stab as a bonus copy of Ragdoll, right? So Needle Stab combined with In Control is a Deadly Fire, and then Deadly Fire combined with Ragdoll is a Deadly Fire trigger, and then Deadly Fire combined with adding 2 Hawks' Feathers into the card pool is a Deadly Fire trigger, right? And then for every Hawks' Feather that I play into the card pool, I can just pick back up with Feather Control. First hand. I mean, 2/2/2, hold this for next turn. I had the Deadly Fire. Oh, and I went second, so I get to play this as well. So 3/3/3/3. Hold a 1 high and a 1 low, and the 2 low that I'm going to try and build next turn. This hand is bad. But that hand, so that hand opened with the League of Villains bar. So I could go first form another Feather or something. Or honestly, I could first form like Deadly Fire and just like play it. Just slam it. Yeah, it also might be like we're not supposed to play 4 Ayamas. It could be like we play 3. Down to 62. And that should help us like not open so many characters. Right? Because like this hand is bad. This hand is like unplayable. We'll just die. I don't know. I think this hand is scary. Yeah, like, what do you do with this hand? This hand's playable. We have 3 foundations. At the same time, like, we're going second. Like, we're going second every game. So, like, this is, like, not representative of like, exactly how even it is. This hand's playable, right? On a 2, on a 2, on a 2, on a 3. Or, sorry, 2, 3, 3. And then passes back. We go League of Villains. Into something else. Yeah. Just put the characters back in the deck. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Kit Kat. Scale of 1 to 10 though. How does this look, Kit Kat? Do you think that this helped? We might actually just have too many attacks in the deck, in which case it might be something along the lines of like we have to cut. I mean, I think we just cut Featherstorm. I think Featherstorm is not doing it for us. We like cut one there and then one here because this card actually doesn't. This card actually just doesn't do anything. Yeah, this just goes and gets a feather. We'll find feathers. It's fine. So 20 and 59, I can increase my foundation count a little bit. What block zone am I missing? High? It could just be like another full-on attack mode. Let's go look at evil foundations. Foundation. We want a high block. Boop. Take to the skies. Experimenting on quirks is pretty funny. Food is pretty funny. I wish there was a get free speed move. I guess that's what this card was, right? What this card was just get add it to my card pool. This thing gets a little faster. But I think with how consistent we're making stuff, I think it's going to be okay. Oh, you know what? I think a better card is... Honestly, this card seems pretty good. When you try to play this card as a form, it gets -1. We don't care about that. Deadlock Enhanced Flip. This deck gets 5 speed or 5 damage. I think I'm going to increase our foundation count by just a little bit. I'm going to go find the cards that say plus speed. We're going to toss them in. This card is good. If it fails, that gets +2 speed. So it's essentially just like +1 speed. It's probably not good enough. No set 1 stuff. What? There's currently not set 1 stuff in here. 1 damage. This card's good. Is there any set 1 stuff in it? There currently is not. I'm fine with set 1 stuff. Yeah, we could just do, yeah, Nervous Habit is the card that I am coming back for. Yeah, I pay 1, you lose 1. I mean, this could just be a 4 of, truthfully, right? And it just says that, like, it cancels this, and I pay 3 to burn you for 3 is, like, not a bad ability. Or I pay X, right? I pay 1 to burn you for 3. It also says that, like, your Feather Sword Slashes and your Vile Seizings, like, actually get to try and touch them, right? Because, like, the -1 speed happens on yours ability as well. Also, like, 64 out of 20, and you go and you pick this up. Yeah. I think this might be where I leave it. Cause yeah, like this card can actually kill them. And this card can actually kill them. And now that we have got like Deadlock, like on more power, First Villain and Vile. Cause that's the reason that I killed you, is you just didn't have any Deadlock. So I just like I built to 100 and was like, I don't give a shit. I'll kill you eventually. Yeah. All right, with that, thank you. Thanks, Kit Kat, for the support on Patreon. I appreciate it, man. Let me get this awesome deck list. Bye. Okay. We are on 2 games. I had a bunch of people ask, what was the announcement? What are we talking about? It's just that I'm doing a subathon. Or doing another Iron Man. Sorry, not a subathon. Just doing another Iron Man. 24-hour stream happening over New Year's. Tomorrow, starting at noon. So I'm not going to be live for too much longer. I've already been live for 2.5 hours. Kind of got my stuff done. Also, Tam smells like rusty nails and Dr. Pepper. Okay. Yeah. Yo.
Hey.
How's it going, fellas?
Good. How are you?
I am well. I have Sam turned very far down. I'm back.
Oh, it's probably from the Winter Clash.
Yeah. Makes sense to me.
Mm.
I have a table up. It is my normal stuff. If you fellas want to jump in.
And you are still live?
I am still live. Yeah, I won't be live for too much longer. I've already been live for 2.5 hours, and I'm starting a 24-hour stream at noon tomorrow. So I want to...
Oh, sick.
Crazy person.
Doing another Iron Man. We got only 20 characters this time. Set 6 was merciful.
Alright, well, I'm actually halfway through building a second deck, so if Bill's ready to go.
Sure thing.
Fucking who?
Billy Noblanes?
Yeah. I'm Billiam No Blanks Woward. Haven't you seen my name on here?
Yeah, Billy Wow.
Fucking who? Okay. I'm at 27. I gotta go get this dumb thing.
What's funny is the nickname always reminds me of the actual Billy Blanks, and that is hilarious.
This one. This one. This one. This one. And one more. One more. For the clap counter. The applause meter. We're pinning them out.
How are you guys? Be careful, honey.
Okay, Eva's rots. It is 19. Go for it. Any Tybo fans in chat? Tybo?
Yeah, you remember Billy Blanks, the late night infomercial, doing the Tybo classes?
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Got any Tyboers? Any Tyboers in chat?
3, 5, 5.
I guess I responded and you checked a 4 on that last one.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't realize I was playing against my character.
Little bitch.
How do you like it?
Damn.
How do you?
I'm
like
I'm
it?
not looking forward to
Five?
people.
Fuck.
I'm not looking forward to people
That's great.
picking up on it and playing it more
No,
because
me
I
neither.
don't feel like playing against my character. Me, I'll play him all day. You play your other stuff, please.
Shigaraki 3 is exactly the kind of deck that makes me wish I just played like brain dead 6-hand size stat stick that day.
On a 4. Checks a 3, commit
Use the
for
fucking
strength because we're
squishy.
never using it this turn. Start off by naming foundation. It is
You're not
yours. I'll do it in just a second. Arya has the best timing of as soon as I'm in the middle of something, I need to get her a drink. Arya, please don't do that.
Classic.
Yeah, I guess I'd give it -2 speed with my tape. That's fine.
Oh, yeah, sure. Check a 5. Or no, don't check a 5. Your next check is
-2.
-2.
I'll pass.
Check a 5.
I checked a 0. I guess I'll let that fail.
Quite actually can't let you actually can't make that pass. Yeah.
I guess I'll choose to let that fail.
Mm.
I'll draw a card with Asui.
At least we both get the draw cards.
Yeah, I just felt left out.
I'll pass.
2. This sucks. 3, 4, 5. Checks of 5 responses.
Nope.
I don't care about removing that.
Yeah. On a 3. On a 3. On a 4.
Yeah.
Fix a 3. 4.
Yeah. 3. 3. Checks 8.
Respond.
1. You can have it. That sucks. 3. 3. 4. Fine. I didn't want that second lost in thought.
Review this
anyway.
3-check action card from my forward. On a 5. 3. 4, 5.
Yeah.
Check a 6.
It will pass. I'll commit Asui and I'll draw a card.
Check a 6.
It will fail. Pass.
Check a 5.
It will fail. You may draw a card. I will pass. I guess I should commit this for -2 speed off of rescue.
Yeah. I'll pass.
What's -2 speed off of ice gliding?
I'll pass.
Let's try on a 3. Checks of 3 responses.
No response.
Respond with Asui, respond breaker 2 damage. I'll take my 3. You have -1 to the check. Play your 6 diff now, punk.
It was never a 6
It was never the 6 diff. I wasted my ice storm. Oh no.
Yeah, we'll do that. Let's build these two.
This leaves. I'll draw my 5. Yeah. Let's crack in on a 5. It checks responses.
No.
Okay. Let's commit and freeze.
Okay, let's respond.
Yeah.
I would so wish I had the second one in here, but I don't, and that is okay. Instead, we're just gonna get... I'm actually just not doing that. I'm just gonna enhance. I'm just gonna enhance instead.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll
Yours.
commit and I will draw a card.
Yeah. Let's make this thing very slow, please.
Yeah, I will discard. I put that out. I don't have to worry about that card anymore. Yeah, this sucks, but I'll discard Falling Skies and clear it.
Sounds good.
You'll never breaker me ever again. On a 3.
That's a cool keyword you have there.
Yeah, I mean, if you play it, you play it. You know?
Oh, I know. Hey, you know how you said I was never gonna do it? What if I just do it on a 6?
Whoa, I thought that was a mid.
Did you really?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, we'll pass it. I will first off enhance on the card to destroy something to try and shoot one of your things.
Yeah, I'll discard this card. Respond. I'll get a thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Speaking of, I thought it was a mid. Let's
Okay, it's back to a low, but it has -3 speed.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's not care. Commit from another -2 speed with. Actually, we should commit this card for -3 speed. Yeah. Yeah.
-2 still, you mean, right?
-2, yes.
Okay, check a 5.
You haven't stacked?
No.
It'll fail. You can draw. Let me double check. Hold up. To play a card. Love it. Yeah, I will Lost in Thought. You can have this one. I'll pick up this one and put down this one.
Put this in again. Let's remove this and ready this thing.
Yeah. I'll pass.
I'll pass. It's a 1 low for 6.
On a 4, checks a 5. Responses to the check?
Yeah. Nope.
Already, Asui. Back to you.
Alright, on a 4. There was still one there anyway. On a 3. There's another one.
Yeah, this leaves. I will draw my 6.
That's fine. I got to burn your Lost in Thoughts, which is pretty cool. So.
Yeah. Let's go on a 5. Checks. Maybe it checks.
Yeah, it's not worth. So yeah, you got it.
Okay. Foist Enhance is going to be commit and freeze.
I'm getting tongue whipped.
Here's.
Check a 5.
Fails. You can draw. I'll
Or
commit Asui. I will draw a card.
the more likely scenario is you're gonna go to deadlock and don't want me to form you. I'll pass.
Yep. Looks good to me. It's a 4 for 7.
For 7, 5, 6, and 7.
Yeah, I will respond Asui, respond Sports Festival. I'll draw again. Let's go on a 3/4. It checks. Let's go on a 3. It checks. On a 4. Checks a 3 responses.
Yes, please.
I'll do both. Let's try on the 4. It checks. And we'll toss it back to you.
Get rid of this guy, draw my 3 cards. Yeah, let's get once per game going.
Sounds good.
On the 5.
Uh-huh.
Middle check. Check A6 for me, please.
That will fail. I'm going to commit irrefutable and seal this.
Check A6 for me, please.
That will fail.
Here's.
I will pass.
Check a 5.
That will pass. I just realized we're not streaming for.
Oh yeah, I
got it.
Oh, I'm fine. I was about to join the room.
Oh, perfect.
I'm looking at UVS Ultra.
was just trying to make sure that he wasn't viewing you via your stream. You know, trying to get the viewers in there.
I will pass.
Oh, too. I did have
It's
that.
It's a 5 below 7.
I'll take 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then burn 1 from Sports Festival. Down to 16.
Got him. On a 5.
Yeah.
Just check. That goes away. Yeah, top card, please. Yep.
Yeah. I will. Make it a mid.
It's very mid. Check 5.
I guess that'll fail. Let's commit for -2 speed with ice gliding if it does stuff. You have your own dice.
Image.
I will commit with rescue completed for another -2 speed.
I'm gonna draw a card with no remorse,
Sounds good to me. I'll pass.
and then I'll do it again.
I'll pass.
It's for 5.
0, 1, 2, 3. Checks a 4. Respond breaker, respond ready.
Five, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
This leaves. No review, I'll draw 4. I will play my... I will play my government-mandated form and then pass my turn. No longer under once per game.
Review this guy, draw 3. Yeah, I just have to play every single card in my hand. 2, 3, 3, 4. There's all my attacks. Okay.
Yeah, I'll review this one and then...
Aria, honey.
I
Love you,
have
sweetie.
Succeeded in the first part of the game. And that is survive the once per game. Let's go on a 4. It checks any responses.
No responses.
Okay, let's add the top.
Yeah. Check a 5.
That'll fail. I will commit Asui, give it a damage, I'll draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
Yours.
Make it a high.
It is a high. I will pass. Or I guess give it a damage.
Yeah, and then I'll pass.
Yeah, it's a 4 high for 6.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8. Respond on the card. Commit down first. Oh yeah, and then commit down. Irrefutable.
Mm-hmm. Let's do whip on a 4-5. Checks a 4. Checks a 2.
Checking a 2.
Responses.
That's it.
3, 4, 5. Add one in.
Mm-hmm.
Here's.
5 check, please.
It'll fail. I'll commit and I'll draw a card. Yeah.
Remove ready.
Yeah, 3 damage.
On a 5, enhance. Fix a 4, 5. Back to you.
Yeah, I will discard this card to clear this card out of my card pool.
Mhm.
Let's go on a 4-5. Checks a
Check.
5.
You've made like, hold on, real quick before I forget this. You've made 1, 2, 3. This is your 5th check. Yeah.
It's stream with a capital S, Sam.
Falling Skies.
Damn, how do you remember them?
How do I remember the checks he's made?
No, the the password to the room.
It's
Oh.
the only password I use.
See, I changed the name because I do other stuff on TTS now, and ever since then I can never remember if I put it as MHA and then UVS as the password, or if I flipped it today.
Yes, one.
1, 2. And then pass.
Sorry, I don't know what you want, honey, and whatever it is that you're trying to get over there, you probably don't need. You're just gonna have to be upset, sweetie. Honey, I know. You don't need anything over there. Read this guy, draw 5. On a 4. Yes. Deadlock.
Yeah, I will pass.
7 check.
Fails. I'll pass.
5 check.
Fails. Passing.
Send it for 6.
6 is good.
On a 5. 3, 4, 5.
Mm-hmm.
Top card.
Yeah. -2 speed if it's blocked.
5 check.
Fails. -2 speed with rescue.
Remove ready.
Pass.
Damage with self.
Pass.
Sure.
On a 2. Checks a 3. Responses to check.
Nope.
Respond and ready. Back to you.
Yeah, we just always jam this up right now. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Mm-hmm. Comes in with -1.
Yeah.
Oh, woo!
Enhance on the card for destroying a thing.
Yeah, I'll discard this. I will flip this, pick this up.
Remove ready.
Commit -2 speed.
Yeah, let's stack this Vile Seizing without my deck.
Pass.
Check a 5.
Responses.
And then I will respond.
Let's go. So I checked a. You need 3 from me. So 1, 2, 3.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll ready this.
I will pass.
Yeah, I guess I flip this and pick this up again. Here's.
Pass.
-1's. Hold on. Math. 3, 4. Yeah, -1 from surviving.
Pass.
Say 2, 3. Checks a 1 responses.
My character is done, so I
2,
can't.
3. Respond Asui. Back to you.
4, 5, 6, 7. Checks a 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Makes sense.
Name. I'm gonna name attack.
Oh my, yeah.
Yeah, I will flip and then add to hand.
Yeah, next check is -2.
This
He
is
knew. He just
-1
knew.
as well.
He
Next
knew his
check
deck was ready to fail him.
I'll pass.
We just needed to scout the attack off the top of our deck. if it
Oh,
was
that's
there.
fair. That's actually
Yeah,
next level.
it's specifically to scout if there's a 3 there. So
Oh shit, that's destined for
uh
mainstream quality. Oh fuck.
Yeah.
yeah, this card's
Never
destined for
even-
mainstream if you want it to be. It's just 9 times out of 10 you use it just to snag the momentum. But if you're stringing really long, you can just name attack to scout the top of your deck for a 3.
That changes my whole perception of this card.
Remove this. Ready, incompatible quirk.
I'll pass.
Check out 5 with character.
It'll fail.
That checks really bad. And then I'm trying to think of what I need to do for this. It's only got minus the 1 speed, right?
Correct. I have not pressed any of the buttons.
Powerful at one time.
I'll pass.
Yeah, send it.
Yeah, 7's good. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yep.
5, 6, 7.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Mhm.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
Name foundation this time. Okay, cool.
Yeah, let's commit for -2 speed.
Next check is -2.
Yeah, I will rescue and just ready 2 random ones.
Check a 5.
It will fail. I'll pass.
Remove 2 ready.
I'll pass.
Make it a high with Twisty.
I will pass.
Lose 1 for a damage with Brute Strength.
Let's commit Asui and draw a card.
Send it if you have nothing.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Can't. Oh, you have 3 things ready. Checks a
2,
2.
3, 4, 5. Respond Asui ready.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Come on.
Oh man, not with
Yeah.
the gun.
Yeah, got me. Damn. It only took
Damn.
that string to do it though.
It only took
through
that
the,
giant
through the
thing.
-2 check.
Hey, and you know what? And you know the only reason why I was able to do that string?
No. Why hit
Burn
me?
combo looking at the top.
Oh yeah, yeah. for sure.
Discard.
Oh yeah.
I will go first
Yes.
and
Card
hit.
bonkers.
Oh, this is not the correct list. Hilarious.
No. Tell me I did all that and beat
There's 2 cards added into the list, which I don't think would have been useful, and the sideboard is slightly different. So it's 66, not 64.
I actually don't think this card is super great against you. Funny enough. Yeah, that card actually is not that good in this matchup.
Interesting.
And then
You
we
for
want to
sure.
cut.
You for sure.
You've got that thing actually, so I actually don't want this card. Yeah, we get rid of that. Okay. Wait, I did my cuts. Okay. Yeah, 3 cards.
I got 5. One. Man, I feel like I have to keep that, but it sucks. 1, 2.
Yeah, I don't bring those in. I don't bring those in.
this. It's this. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
I'll go first.
Sounds good.
I'll draw 6.
Draw my 7. Maybe my 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Draw these 4.
I believe.
Card is hella gone, yeah.
2. Here's.
Alright. Draw my extra card. On a 3. On a 3. On a 3. On a 4. On a 5.
No review. I'll draw 4. 3.
Yeah,
3.
that's a response.
1, 2, 3. 3.
Draw my 4 cards. On a 4. 4. 3. 4. Makes a 3. 4. 4. 4.
Goodbye, Madam Whip. 2, 3. 3.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I
2, 3. Yours.
yeah. I still am not gonna review anything. Draw 5. Yeah, on a 5.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5. Check a 6, please.
5, 6. Let's go -2 speed.
Check a 6, please.
3. It fails. 1 and 1. I'll commit Asui and draw a card.
Check a 5, please.
It checks. I
You
will. No, it's fine.
Okay. But are you passing it?
I am. No, I'm not passing it. You may
Okay.
draw. This is -1 from surviving.
Yeah, I'm gonna draw a card because of you made 3 checks.
I'll pass.
Yeah. Send it.
It's a 2, 3, 4, 5. Checks of 5 responses to the check.
No.
It blocked already.
On a 4. On a 4. 3, 4. On a 4.
Yeah. This leaves. I'll draw my 4. And let's go on a 2, on a 2, on a 3. I am in deadlock.
Cool. I'll draw 2. Let's play bite
Hey,
on a 4. Checks. I'm not gonna bother responding with the card though.
Okay.
But I will say check a 5.
Check say 4 responses.
No.
5. I will commit Asui and draw a card.
Yeah, I have no hands.
Yeah, I'll pass. It's 2 for 3. We'll take 3.
Okay. God, I'm on a 3. Okay.
This. No review. I will draw 2. Let's go on a 3. On a 3. Checks a 2, 3. Let's go on a 3. Checks a 2, 3. And it's yours.
Yeah, draw my 2. Yeah, I will still once per game despite your board. On a 4.
Yep.
Checks. Let's start off by deadlocking, please.
Makes sense to me. I will pass.
Check a 7.
That'll fail.
Yours.
I will pass.
Check a 5.
That will fail. You may draw a card. I'll pass.
Same. It's a 3 high 6.
I'll take 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, 5 to check.
Mhm.
Check a 5, please.
It'll fail. Let's commit here with rescue completed for -1 or -2 speed.
Top card, please.
Yeah. I will pass. All right, can I pass? I have to -1 speed with surviving.
One damage with itself.
I will pass.
I will. I will draw a card with no remorse. I'm sorry.
You're good. I'll pass.
Yeah, it is for 5.
It is a
2 low. 1 low, 5.
2, 3. Checks a 2. Responses.
No.
3. Respond Asui. Back to you.
Yeah, sounds good. On a 4. On a 4. On a 5. 4, 5.
Sleeves. A second Falling Skies leaves. You
Another
decided-
angel lost its wings.
Yeah, decided to stop attacking me, and that was cringe. I'll draw 4. Yeah, let's go on a 1, on a 2, and we'll pass.
Yeah, let's review this one and draw 2.
I am no longer under the once per game.
True.
I have actually had 2
Oh,
attacks
no.
in my hand the entire
It
game,
checks.
and that's very cool.
Check a 6 for me.
I can't attack him. What do you mean attack him? It will fail. That's fine.
Yours.
I will commit Asui and draw a card.
Check a 6 for me.
It will fail.
Yours. these
I
are
will commit this for -2 speed with rescue.
Check a 5.
3. We'll go 4, 5. I will commit this for -2 speed.
It is so slow.
Yeah.
I'll pass.
It is a 1, 2, 3, 4. Checks respond. Back to you.
Sounds good. On a 7. Checks a 5, 6, 7.
Mhm.
I will enhance on the card to try and blow something up.
Yeah, I'll discard this and get +1 on my next check. I'll commit this and draw a card.
That just says discard the enhance. That's so neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will stack a torment on top of my deck.
Makes sense. This is a
Will I
mid
stack
now.
a torment? Hold on. Will I stack a torment? I'm sorry. I'll whip.
This is a mid now.
And I'll put... Yeah, it's very mid. My next check to play a thing gets +2. Or an attack
Yeah.
specifically. Yours.
I will pass.
I'm -1 speed at the moment.
Yeah, I'll pass. It doesn't matter.
Because I check a 5 with my character.
It checks.
Okay, yours.
Let's commit this for -2 speed with rescue.
Yeah, deadlock on successful. Ready? Both of these get this momentum.
Yeah. I will pass.
3 low for 6.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, it's a mid. I'm sorry.
Checks of 4 responses.
-2.
Checks a 2.
Yeah.
So, any responses?
No.
3, 4, 5, 6. Respond. -2 to that check.
Yep. So my next check is just normal then.
Correct.
From that. Yeah, on the 6. 3, 4, 5, 6.
Makes sense to me.
Let's enhance.
I can't
4,
add cards due to non-rival.
5.
Okay, sure.
Yours.
Alaswi.
Yeah. Top cards. Yep.
Makes sense. -2 speed if blocked.
It's got 3 damage on it.
Yours.
Remove this to ready this thing.
-1 speed.
Yeah, let's flip ready both of these, get a momentum.
Yeah, I will. Currently at even. You haven't Shigaraki'd. 1, 4, 6. Another -1 with surviving. Yours.
Remove this with Mastermind's Apprentice. Make a check on a 6.
It'll fail. You can have your 2 speed.
Yes.
I'll just commit this for the -2 speed back.
Yeah. I don't remember if I used my character or not.
That's a great question.
No, I haven't. Check a 5, please.
Run it.
Yeah.
It passes. Yours.
I'm assuming that means you're passing on enhance, which if
Passing.
you are, then
Yep.
I will, and it is for 7.
0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Checks of 3. Responses?
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5. Respond. Yours.
Okay. My next thing comes in with -1 speed as well, right?
Correct. For my sliding.
Yeah. Can pick up 2 things. So it's just you pick up this and you pick up this. 4, 5, 6, 7.
Mhm.
5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, top card, please.
Yeah. I will flip struggling and I'll pick this card up.
Yeah, 4 damage.
I will flip struggling and pick this card up.
Check a 5.
That will pass. I will discard this card and clear this card.
I will pass.
I'm gonna ready this. It's a card that's left my card pool.
I will pass.
For 8?
Yep.
Yeah, 8's cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
All right, go ahead.
Nice. Yeah, I guess I'll review this and let's draw some cards. I'll draw 3. Okay, let's go on a 5. It checks. Responses?
-2. Doesn't
Yeah.
check.
Let's go 1 and 2. Yeah, my first enhance is going to be Chimera. I'm gonna commit this guy. Yours.
Check a 5.
Passes. Let's commit and freeze this.
Remove ready.
Destroy and ready. What are you? You've got 2 in hand?
Yeah.
How do I do this? You've got 3 momentum, so you can block whatever you want. Yeah, let's go ahead and commit Asui, draw a card, get our options. Yours.
Yeah, I'll pass.
Let's Lost in Thought. I'm gonna pick up this card, and then you can have. What do I want you to have? The answer is tough. The answer is difficult. I don't know what I want to give you. I think it's just this. And we both can build one in face down.
Sounds good. I will pass.
I will destroy this and give it 2 speed. With
1, 2, 3, 4,
quick
5, 6, 7, 8,
response.
9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm at 11 right now.
Yeah,
Let's remove this. I'm sorry, remove this. Make a check on a 6.
it'll fail. We can have the -1.
Okay.
I'm gonna commit this and make it a low with Think Fast.
I'll pass.
I'm sorry, this is +1 damage from Asui.
Yeah.
Let's Think Fast. Yours.
That's -3 speed. It's back to a high.
It is a high. Do I care about that? I gave you a mid.
Speed.
Showdown would suck. But I think I am. Let's make it a mid. I think getting something out of this matters. Yours.
I'd like it to stay at high, please.
I will pass. Oh, I forgot to speed up basic training. Yeah, we'll pass. It's a 3 high for 8.
3, 4, 5. Showdown here would have been sick, but
Here would have been very good.
I just wasn't taking 8.
We'll ready this.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go Crystal Darts on a 5/6. Checks a 3.
This thing is for not a lot, actually. It's only for 7. So I'll respond 1 time. I guess if you want to commit 4 things, go for it.
It's a 2.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
It passes. My
good.
first enhance. I guess I'll respond with basic training. Just give it the damage.
Sure.
My first enhance is let's destroy to give it 2 speed with quick
Sacrifice.
response. It will hold on.
Yeah, you're good. I know you have a lot of foundations, and I only have 1 in hand.
3, 4, 5.
Sounds good.
I will Asui. I will draw a card. Give it a damage. Here's.
My hand's 1 speed.
It's got it. I will discard this card, clear this card.
I will. That's a committed foundation. Dang it! I can't burn you for 1. That's also committed anyway. So, oh, pass.
I will. Commit this and make it a low.
Yep, I will pass.
I will ready it back.
Okay, I'll pass.
I'll give it 1/1.
I'll pass.
I will destroy and have you commit a foundation.
Yeah, I'll commit my shock treatment. Absorption. I mean, I'll pass.
Yeah, I will Lost in Thought. I'm going to pick up this card. You can have this card, and I will build down this card. I'm going to clean up my stage a bit, so it's obvious what I have left. Here's.
I'll pass.
I've got 18 cards in my discard pile. I started this attack with 13. I put 5 cards in my discard pile. I'll give it 3 more.
Yeah, it's a mid.
It is a mid. I will. Not in deadlock? 9, 10.
No.
Nope. I will pass.
-2 speed.
I will pass.
On an 8.
Mhm.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Yes.
Breaker 2.
Yeah. Respond.
Yeah.
Let's go Tasty Riff on a 4-5. Checks a 3. Responses. Have you used Shigaraki?
Nope.
You have not.
I've used a fire equation last time, which I'll
Love
use
it.
another one, so that'll be a 2U check
He
there.
keeps putting them back to printed with his twisty surroundings. So I have checked a 3.
Yeah, I'm using the other fiery. I'm using my second copy of fiery
I've checked
confrontation to make you
a
check.
2.
You're checking a 2.
Yeah, let's go 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
Let's build.
Mm-hmm.
The answer is 0 diff.
Check a 5.
Fuck. What a terrible card to check. You can have it. That sucks. That sucks so bad. I will
Yeah, I don't think you're ever supposed to commit the frozen on this turn.
destroy for 2 speed.
I'll pass.
If it hits,
I'll pass.
I'll commit.
I'll pass.
I will discard for 1/1.
There you go. Okay. And I will pass.
I will also pass.
Yeah, I'll just take 5.
I will draw 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have to discard 1. My 1 will be this. I get 3 of these. This
Yeah.
touched you. 14.
7.
Yeah, let's go 4, 5, 6. Checks a 5. Yours?
Yeah, no responses.
And 6. Let's respond to
Yep.
basic training, give it a damage.
Yep.
First enhance will be the thing.
5 check.
Passes. Let's give it 3 damage.
Yeah. Yeah, check on a 6.
It'll fail. -1 speed.
Yeah. There's
Discard this for 1/1.
make it a mid.
It is a mid. I will give it 1/1 with Think Fast.
I'll pass.
I will commit this and make it a high.
I'll pass.
Let's destroy this for 2 speed.
I will pass.
10.
Yeah, It's a 7 speed move.
Yeah, 7 high for 10.
Uh, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm just physically not able to block this card, so yeah, I just have to go to 4 and die to your Falling Skies.
Tongue Whip. 4,
Nice.
5, 6, 7.
Oh.
5.
Respond.
4. It fails. Falling Skies. 4, 5, 6, 7. 5. Yeah.
Boo.
Holy shit.
Yeah, this is like that. That's like the one block that I could have that like I wasn't able to do anything with was a 3. There's a fair amount of 2s in the deck. That's okay.
I am gonna
That
tag
was,
out, and I'm gonna
that
let.
was game 1.
That was game 2. We're tied, but I'm gonna bail, because I'm gonna let you play, Sam. And I think I'm gonna hang out with Rebby for a bit. I don't know when she's planning on going to bed, but I'm not gonna see her at all tomorrow, so I have to do that.
Ah,
Yeah.
Okay.
makes sense.
Will, powwow before we go. The cards that I added in were the Think Fast and the Surging Crystal Darts. What are your thoughts on them?
Think Fast is like more stats in Zone Overload, right? Like it gives you possibility to like just kill me really quick. Which is also what Crystal Darts does too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I've got 2 of these in the sideboard for whenever I turn into this lady, because this thing's fucking huge at her.
yeah, it gets real big.
And
It's
like
an 8 high for like 7 or 8 pretty easily.
yeah, or if like you go to low cards in hand, I'll just like pump it all on damage. It's like on turn 2, 10 damage move.
Yeah, on turn 2 it's a 5 high 10 for pretty easily.
Yeah. But it was just honestly, it was more deadlock pressure to make you not have a bunch of foundations.
Yeah,
The speed
that's
on
true.
this is like the speed and damage is just like I get to like actually crack you.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, it's a 1 of in the main board, and I missed it. I just didn't have it game 1. These are just the 2 cards I just added into the deck to make it 66. And then I tossed 3 in the sideboard. This card was very scary on defense. Obviously, I had to put it back in your hand, right?
Yeah, that's supposed to counteract the damage bonus of whatchamacallit. It's the whole point of it.
Whip?
Falling Skies. No, Falling Skies.
Oh, Falling Skies. Okay, that's smart. I dig that.
It's each card in your rival's card pool. So yeah, I mean on offense, if I'm tongue whipping you, it's fine. But like on defense and everything, your Falling Skies don't get +1 damage because I just minus it with creepy.
Yeah.
So it's a base 5. It stays as a 5 damage move, and then whatever the pumps you have from your board, so it's a 6 damage throw.
Yeah.
Fair.
7 if you discard a card with team player. It's much more tolerable to deal with that card when it doesn't have +1 damage on it. For your entire card pool, and that's if they're all highs. Like if you've played like a couple lows and everything, then it was like a 3 damage move.
What was this?
It's
Go ahead.
what's what?
Go ahead.
Oh, it's what the League of Villains is for too. It's there to stop just problematic enhances, but it's also like it just stops Falling Skies from becoming a throw.
What's the scariest card in my deck?
It's the scariest card in your deck.
Yeah.
It's still probably Falling Skies for me, just because that card inevitably kills me. Is that a lie? That might be a lie. It's a lie. I actually think it's Lost in Thought, funny enough.
It's funny because Barrier Shield is the scariest card in your deck. 0 speed breaker combined with Shigaraki just says that like you're allowed to backswing on me. It's why every time you Barrier Shielded, I just aborted it with Asui.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually cited crazy thought. I actually cited out the end of the Typhoons in this deck.
Yeah, because I just draw a card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It lets you draw. It's not good against Falling Skies. So like the way that this card usually is saved is like the very last attack and everything.
Mhm.
And it's like your last attack you're throwing is a Falling Skies, and this card just does nothing against it. It's still a throw. I'm still going to take half damage. So this card needs to be burned beforehand and everything, and then I'm losing my 2 cards, which, yeah, it just seems terrible.
Tam, I don't think your deck has any scary cards. You're just a scary player.
Hell yeah, man. What's the least scary card in my deck, Will?
Least scary
What was the
card?
thing you were just like, that doesn't fucking matter?
It's Rifts, honestly. You
Yeah.
like, it's Rifts for me. The card is very good, but it's just like that's just like it's a 3 damage base move, and normally I'm okay to block the rest of the stuff that you throw. Yeah, it's Rifts.
Okay.
But like, it's a good card.
Yeah. I mean, it refuels my hand, right? Like, gives me another
Yeah.
turn in hand. Mine's probably Berserker Bite, but you haven't used that card against me the way that you want to. You haven't used it as a blocking action. You've only played it as an attack, which is like
I've
the same
only
idea.
gotten it as an attack. Yeah, it's I've only used it as my way to just get the momentum and everything, right? Because like I think my hand when I played it was like Torment, Tongue Whip, Vial, and something, and I was like, well, it was like Tongue Whip, Torment, and Vial, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna go in on this turn yet because I don't have the momentum. So I just kind of I'm just kind of playing this to play it and get maybe if you use a face shield, then sure, it means I don't have a face shield to deal with on my Torment later, but like
I took those out.
okay, that's fair. That makes sense.
Is
but,
this like a better
it's
throw that like does the same idea in your deck?
no, because on defense that card's really cool. It's really fun to play
guess
Barrier
not.
Shield into blocking with that.
Oh,
Barrier
sure.
Shield plus blocking with that is really, really silly.
Yeah.
And it just randomly makes your difficulty of like now you have to also play your foundations on +1 difficulty for the turn. So like building even more afterwards is also terrible.
Yeah.
So
The tactic of Blue Flame into Living Spikes, like I don't know if you like. I'm having to play against your character in such a different way in order just to deal with that tactic. I didn't play in a single attack card for 5 turns.
because there were just because everything.
Just because I needed to pass checks for Blue Flame Torment so that you didn't play Living Spikes for free, and then I can't let you draw a free card off of Shigaraki with Living Spikes. Like I just like it's kind of crazy how the game is in three stages. First stage is like stabilize so I can fight Blue Flame Living Spikes. Second stage is you have to get a momentum. I have to let you get a momentum at some point, whether by choice or not, so that you once per game. I survive the once per game, and then I eventually crawl back and kill you after the once per game.
Yeah.
It's 3 stages of fighting Shigaraki 3, and it normally is I have to have 20 fucking foundations to do any of that. It's crazy.
It's why I don't slam the no remorse draws anymore, because we usually have to keep one of those up now just for the living spikes because we stack something.
Yeah.
Right. So like
that is completely the right call.
Play living spikes. You stack the thing, and then you make them make the check, and then they go, okay, well, I guess I'll just. It's either do I go ahead and they never let you commit. They never commit to things at that point if they see no remorse on board. But that's fine. Like that means that we get to use a free draw later.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's you don't just slam no remorses anymore if you've got one of them in your hand. Unless you absolutely have to draw the card.
Also, my character hard counters Living Spikes, just because like I always have cards in hand to discard.
That's true. Yeah, it's for you. It doesn't go off a whole lot, but yeah.
But
well,
what I'm saying is like versus a character that doesn't have passing the torch on phase. I think that this matchup is like so different.
Yeah,
like
Living Spikes has been such a cool addition. That card. It's a 6 speed, 6 damage move. And it usually draws me an attack, and it says, hey, your coolest thing on your board is gone for my random face down probably, or I guess go ahead and pitch a card in hand and take this damage.
Yeah. Last thing, and then I'm gonna end stream and hang with Rebby for a smidge. I'll be back on if you guys wanna hang out. Especially Barrett. I don't know if you're doing anything tonight. I'm down to stay late.
No, I'm only here momentarily. I just wanted to say hi to the boys.
Hey, what's up,
I've
man?
been a little
Hi
MIA.
there.
You
Love you guys. Anyway, have fun.
See you, buddy.
Bye.
Sam, I know you weren't watching the full time, but like, is there anything that you want to add to any of this that we're talking about for scariest card, most impactful card? You were the game master for a bit there.
Yeah, I kind of agree with the Tasty Riff assessment. I have learned to just take it against the vast majority of decks, and the only ones I bother with now are basically Giro 2 decks.
Sure.
Just because it seems like they got it every time. You know, it seems like they have some kind of punishment, and so I think the way that you utilize Tasty Riff might be just like supremely different in this matchup, I guess. I was just surprised at like how non-threatening letting you draw 3 cards was.
Because your character already draws like a bunch anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like the extra 3 cards are kind of like whatever. Like it's more fuel for team player, I guess. But like at the end of the day, it's me letting you draw 3 cards is not going to be you 9 times out of 10 won't be the difference maker of me dying or living that turn. Like,
So-
if I was going to die that turn, it wouldn't matter that you drew the 3 cards. So just let you draw them.
The thing about Tasty
Yeah,
Riff
Tasty Riff.
is the first one is the enabler for the second one, right? Because the first
Right.
one, its job is to get 3 counters. The second one's job is to get broken 2 diff,
2 diff. Yeah.
quick response, right?
It's
Quick
to go
response,
there.
or now we have access to Think Fast.
Sports Festival.
Sports Festival,
Yeah,
is it
Sports
like there's
Festival in there as well.
like first fill-in Sports Festival, Irrefutable, like the toolbox in it is just like Frozen if we absolutely need to, Lost in Thought,
Yep.
Right.
like the first one sucks, and in that match, the 2 games we played, we didn't finish it. I drew 1 Tasty Riff the whole game, and so like I never got to
Right.
do this one. That's the scary one. So yeah, no,
Yeah,
I
you
totally
got
agree.
your-
The first
you got
one,
your 3 counters, and then that was it.
I got my 3 counters and that was it. I built in a basic training, which is fine when you're in deadlock, but you weren't.
Yeah, my mentality used to be make sure they can never build the broken 2 diff by denying the counters, but
Correct.
too many decks that get paid for Tasty Riff getting blocked. Other than that, I felt like it was a pretty like I came in once the board state was huge, and I'm like, oh, he's got triples struggling. Like, you know, where where are we gonna go from here?
Yeah.
So yeah, so I
Yeah,
think the only
that's a fight in its own, is just fighting through the struggling with studies, which again makes me not miss whatchamacallit literally at all. Apathetics.
yeah, and then you've got like Irrefutable to deal with assets, right?
Yeah, Irrefutable and the attack.
And
Right.
Vast Hybrid.
Fast Hybrid.
Yeah. So I was gonna say like I felt like you were just waiting till you had like answers to the assets more than anything else, and I think you're
There's
like,
a world where I wasn't supposed to respond on the Vast Hybrid and everything, and just like let that be a base check and all that, because
Oh, make me pick?
you make you pick, and 9 times out of 10 you're not picking it anyway. You're picking the League of Villains.
Correct. I think it's actually 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like you could
The
cancel.
only time you don't ever is like if you like don't have like maybe the Falling Skies in hand to make it a throw. But like yeah, there's a world where I was supposed to just like let that be a 5 check, leave the thing up, and just like make
Right.
something really bad later. But
It-
it wouldn't have made a difference, I think.
It's a tough call to make too,
Yeah.
because like if he hits the twisty, you feel bad because
Yep.
you don't know how much you need the league. But if you need the league, like he might pay for it.
All right, fellas. Hey,
Okay.
thank you so much. Again, I'll do my best to be on a bit later if you guys are still on. But I just have to log off for now.
For sure. Yeah, no,
I'll
definitely.
be around.
I get it.
Maybe I'll stream. I don't know. I don't feel like it.
Press the button. See ya. Yeah. Chat. What are your guys' thoughts? I mean, you saw the 2 games that we got to play. Yeah, I'm feeling very good about the deck. Especially, man, it's crazy Think Fast. I don't remember who gave me the idea, but the Think Fast was so good. The Think Fast was such a good one. But yeah, I'll do I'll do what I can to be on a little bit later, maybe. But again, I've got this Iron Man tomorrow.